front 4-3, led by the sophomore nose tackle Evan Nayata, senior defensive end Garrett Finley, and middle linebacker Jared Bland. This team will attack from all angles. They like to get into the backfield and disrupt things. And when you have a triple option offense that relies on misdirection and sometimes plays take a little bit longer to get started, it can really mess up what you're trying to do.
Well, they're just, you got to be able to counter and utilize that aggressive nature, that defensive line, use it to your advantage. And all the way down to the youth football leagues, all the way up, that you teach the counter game, and that's just about getting movement and eyes and momentum, just a step or two in the wrong direction, and that can turn into a really big play. And Grapevine, early on, as the season's gone on, they've built their offense, and now that you would imagine all they're needing is just a seam, and they can hit big plays, which can then change the complexion of any game.
Well, that's what we're going to have tonight for you as we bring you not only the battle for the Red Rail, but a matchup of two top 10 teams in the state in Class 5A Division II. It's the Grapevine Mustangs against the Heritage Panthers in the battle for the Red Rail. That is next on Mustang Friday nights.
It's sundown in Texas, and the Mustangs are herding up.
This is Mustang football. This is Mustang football.
This is Mustang football.
Mustang Nation, let's ride! This is Mustang football. This is Mustang football.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium as we are getting you ready here on the ER of Texas pregame show for the start of the game tonight, the 2022 Battle for the Red Rail between your Grapevine Mustangs and the Heritage Panthers. Jacob Dedamore and John Hampton here tonight. And let's look at these look at these Heritage Panthers and what they're going to get a bump on offense tonight. Two of them, in fact. It looks like tonight they are going to have Weston Smith, their starting quarterback, back under center. They're also going to have sophomore wide receiver Braden Blewett back. Blewett got hurt in week 1 in their season opener, so this will be his first game back since the season opener. In week 2 in their game against Texas High up in Texarkana, that was the week that Weston Smith went down. That's the one that really caused a cascade of issues, because with Weston Smith back at starting quarterback, that allows Luke Ulrich to go back to his customary wide receiver position. So, maybe a nice big boost tonight for the Panthers offensively.
Well, and you would imagine Grapevine's very aware of that, and they baked that into the game plan. They baked it into the preparation, and as any good coaching staff will do, they've got a plan. They've scouted the coaching staff and the tendencies, and they don't let one particular or a few high school players dictate the game plan. You're obviously going to have to pay attention to those big, their best playmakers, but the scheme is the scheme, whether you're playing 5 stars or some backups.
On the running attack, it has been Ryan Kelleher and Colin Bennett that have provided what punch they had. The run game has kind of struggled. The two guys combined are averaging about 4 yards a carry. It has been the passing attack that has led this offense for Heritage. Luke Ulrich, when he was in at quarterback, gave you more of a dual threat, as he obviously a very good athlete playing slot receiver. And in his stead at quarterback, stepping up at wide receiver, was number 10, Kai Pruitt, who has by far led this team in receiving with 432 yards on the season and 25 catches. He has really stepped up in a big way with the injuries and switching around of positions for the Heritage Panthers.
Well, these offenses are built to spread the field, and if you get your point guard quarterback to dish it around and let those kids catch those short plays, short throws, and then become runners after the catch, that's what these offenses are predicated upon. So you can see a lot of accurate throwers. You're just ultimately getting to the best athletes out on the edges and letting those kids go make the play.
The captains are at midfield right now doing the coin toss with the officials. Your Grapevine captains tonight are number 11, Latham Way, number 27, Drew Nelson, number 73, Cy Owen, and number 4, Parker Polk. For Colleyville Heritage, it is number 6, Weston Smith, number 16, Cameron Hammond, number 45, Monet Davis, and number 8, Garrett Finley. And let's see what happened with the coin toss down there. It looks like Heritage will receive. I don't believe Grapevine deferred. I believe Colleyville won the toss. So Grapevine will be on defense to start things off tonight. So with the Mustangs kicking off this evening, the teams are going to run onto the field here momentarily. Let's go ahead and give you the starters for the Grapevine defense tonight that we will see on the field first. Up front, it is sophomore Dalton Knapp, number 41, number 19, Leighton Towery, number 99, Devin Thomas, and number 35, Tristan Sneed. Latham Way, number 11, your middle linebacker this evening. In the secondary, your cornerbacks are number 12, Ezekiel Brown, number 3, C.J. Holmes, Hunter Lasher at the freak position, number 25, Major Heck back from injury this week at your safety position, and your other linebacker tonight is Tyler Mears. Your player to watch tonight, it is a little Wonelli action, little Keith Jackson, because Drew Nelson tonight is a guy to watch because he may be on the field even more than usual because of the formations that Heritage likes to run. They like to run a lot of 10 and 11 personnel and spread you out. We may see a lot of dime packages tonight from the Grapevine Mustangs, which would not only move Nelson to a linebacker spot, but also bring in Maddox Stanley off the bench as your extra defensive back. Starting for the Heritage offense tonight, your big guys up front, sophomore number 55, Parker Leatherwood at left tackle, sophomore number 76, Tucker Perriman at left guard. Your center is sophomore number 54, Eli Emerson. Your junior right guard is Tristan Rodriguez, and senior right tackle number 71, Jack Frazier. We talked about the starting quarterback. Looks like he is returning tonight, number 6, Weston Smith. Smith, a very accurate passer, only got to play in 2 games, but was completing just under 68% of his passes in those 2 outings. Had 503 yards in those 2 games, along with 6 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. The starting running back will be Ryan Kelleher, number 31, the junior. 153 yards and 4 touchdowns, averaging 4.3 yards a carry through 4 games. Your starting wide receivers tonight, it does look like sophomore wide receiver Braden Blewett will be back tonight. He only had one catch on the season because he got hurt week 1. Luke Ulrich will get to move from quarterback back to his customary slot position. Ulrich, before he moved to quarterback in week 2, had 8 grabs for 181 yards and 2 touchdowns on the season. The leading wide receiver, the other slot, number 10, Kai Pruitt, the junior, 25 catches, 432 yards and 4 touchdowns, averaging 17.3 yards per catch. And number 81, Daniel Gonzalez, will be the other outside wide receiver, 3 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. We also do expect to see Monet Davis, number 45, quite a bit, either operating as an H-back or operating as a slot receiver, depending on the formation. Right now, we're going to take you down to the field as the Heritage Choir is on at the 50-yard line, ready to sing our national anthem.
But first, we'd like to recognize Dr. Jim Thompson, GCISD Superintendent, 1993 to 2000. GCISD family was attached to his passing earlier today. Please join us in a moment of silence as we reflect on his life and legacy. Thank you. Now, please remain standing for our national anthem, performed this evening by the combined choirs of Grapevine and Hollywood Heritage High Schools under the direction of Kimberly McConnell.
Excellent job by the Heritage Panther Choir as we are about ready to get things going. The Heritage Panthers tonight in their all-black home uniforms with white numbers and white lettering. Of course, their black helmets with the Red Panther logo outlined in white. The Grapevine Mustangs in their all-road whites tonight. The Stormtrooper look with red numbers and red lettering outlined in blue. The Red Mustang logo on the helmet also outlined in blue on the white helmet. And it will be the Mustangs that are going to be kicking things off tonight in this matchup. As we get ready to launch things here. It'll be Hayden Rhodes kicking things off tonight for the Mustangs in the battle for the Red Rail Rivalry, but I will tongue-tie myself 800 times if I do.
I said it to myself after you did it, so I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
The rest, I already said rivalry once about high school. Nope, that's the last.
Rivalry.
Red Rail.
Back deep tonight for the Panthers. It'll be the wide receiver junior, number 1, Luke Ulrich, and number 2, Jonathan Cabella, the junior defensive back. And we are about underway. Hayden Rhodes will kick it off high and deep. It is returnable, though, caught at the 7 by Ulrich. Up the middle to the 25, dancing around, hurdles a man and goes down just across the 30 as Drew Nelson got a piece. But a solid return of about 25 yards. We'll see where they mark it. It's going to be out at the 32-yard line. We already gave you the Mustang defensive starters. We gave you the offensive starters, so we're ready to roll on that in that end. And the Panthers will start at their own 32. Each of these teams come into the game tonight with a 3-1 record and 1-0 in district play in 4-5A Division II. Panthers coming out in a tight formation. Power look on first down, and it's Ulrich at quarterback, and they're going with a power run. He goes around the left side up to the 40, across the 42. So they come out with Ulrich at quarterback. We'll probably see both he and Weston Smith, both teams tonight probably playing two quarterbacks. So they come out with Ulrich to get the run going, and they immediately get a first down with an 11-yard gain. Out of that power formation, running quarterback, same play, quarterback power over the left side, up to the 45 as he broke an arm tackle. Did Ulrich and gets out to the 49-yard line. Gain of 7, and then just like that, 2 plays, the Panthers are already near midfield.
Well, they're sticking to what's gotten them here these last few weeks, even with their main starting quarterback available for duty. They found some traction these last few weeks and going with the hotter hand and sticking with it.
Monet Davis and Cooper Cyphers, the 2 tight ends blocking, and here it comes again, same play. They're going to run it till you stop it. Is basically what Coach Kirk Martin is saying. Same quarterback power with the 2 tight ends on one side in Davis and Cooper Cyphers. The freshman, Ryan Kelleher, lead blocking. Also out there is Colin Bennett. They're basically using the 2 tight ends and the 2 running backs as blockers here, and they're all the way down to the Grapevine 39 after a gain of 12, 1st and 10. This time, it'll be Ulrich again on a little option fake, little zone read action. Well played that time. As coming up to make the tackle was Dalton Knapp, number 41, after about a 2-yard gain, and we have an injury, and it's Ulrich who is down. That would be a big blow for the Panthers tonight, as Ulrich, who had been playing really well at quarterback in the stead of Weston Smith, they thought they were going to be able to use him tonight as both a quarterback and a wide receiver, and he's already down on the field after that 3-yard gain. Let's go ahead and take a quick break while they treat Luke Ulrich. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs foot. Wait, now he's already getting up now, so we'll go ahead and keep it here for just a moment. He's sitting up, which is a good sign. We'll go do a quick commercial break. This is Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
At 121, we love our Mustang football, and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning, and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game.
We are back to live play. High snap as Weston Smith checks in, and he just runs to his left and slides down for a loss of a yard on the play. That play got thrown off by the high snap. Ulrich looks like he's fine. He came off under his own power, and he's bouncing around on the sidelines now, ready to go in. May have just gotten the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, either a second defender just getting a shot there in the midsection or landed on the ball. But he hops back up, and now they go back to Weston Smith, and whose job it was originally.
3rd and 8 for the Panthers at the Grapevine 37 on this opening drive. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 3 wide set, 2 to the right, single receiver to the left. Snap back to Smith, again a little bit high. Here comes the blitz, and he is sacked. A nice little twist up front that time. Dalton Knapp twisted inside and came right through an open hole and dropped Weston Smith for an 8-yard loss.
Well, I appreciated you sending those stats over this week, and I got through the defense, and I saw that he's got double-digit hurries, and I was thinking, man, that's awesome. I've never seen someone break down the high school stats in that rate. And then first drive, first 3rd down opportunity, big and quick and agile Dalton Knapp able to just work the numbers. He's usually an edge rusher, but they've got the game working inside, and he's usually able to use that closing speed. A huge big sack on the first drive. 4th sack of the season for Knapp. This punt is a shank off the side of the foot, and it hits the sideline right in front of the Grapevine bench. Goes out of bounds right at about the 25-yard line, only a 21-yard punt. Not what was probably wanted from number 83, Bryce Cottle, the senior, as that punt just kind of went sideways. Now at a big stop, a good start for Heritage to flip the field position, a good initial kick return, get a few first downs, but Grapevine able to bend backwards, get off the field, give their, not even buried down. They're starting at a pretty average field position. in a big rivalry game.
And here comes the Grapevine offense starting at their own 27. So it's at the 27, not the 25. Snap back handoff to Parker Polk, and he's got room in the open field, breaks a tackle, and gets a first down out to the 38-yard line. They'll mark him at the 37, a gain of 10. Let's give you the starters for the Grapevine offense. We'll start with the studs up front. At one tackle spot is number 71, Travis Mason. At right tackle, number 74, Max Livingston. Your two guards, number 52, Alex Hogan, and number 55, the freshman, Hunter Caudle. And the center, number 73, the captain, Cy Owen. Starting tonight, Evan Baum at quarterback. Your two outside wide receivers, number 7, Caden Cook, number 17, Sammy Kelly. Your C.J. Holmes, one of your running backs, along with the tight end, Hank Miller, number 18, and Parker Polk, the man to watch tonight, the leading rusher on this team. Snap is back, speed option, pitch out to Polk. He's going to get the corner up to the 45, and he'll step out at about the 45-yard line. Solid gain of 8 yards on first down for Parker Polk. 635 yards on the season, averaging 10.1 a carry and 5 touchdowns.
It's good numbers and good action out of the quarterback. At first I thought he had made a misstep, but they're actually just showing again that false counter option, and you see that those linebackers and secondary players taking the false step. You turn the opposite around and you pick up a quick 8, and it doesn't look like much. You getting those on first down, and will change the complexion of the game.
Trips right set up, Carradine comes in motion. They hand it to Polk up the middle, trying to drive forward. He's going to looks like they're going to say his forward progress got stopped about a yard short. Only a gain of 2 on the play. This is, strength on strength here. Senior-laden offensive line for the Mustangs, good size against a very active defensive front for Heritage.
Yeah, big boys. I get amazed. When I go watch high school football these days, and you go down on the field, these high school linemen are bigger and more agile than they've been. I mean, that's a better product than there's ever been up there. And these kids are moving kids out of the way. Grapevine's going to need their big boys to get them a couple yards here.
3rd and a yard here for the Mustangs at their own 46. Snap back, hand off to Polk. He's going up the middle. He's driving forward. It's going to be really close. He gets pushed back, but I think he's going to get enough for the first down. He got met right across the line of scrimmage by that defensive front, led that time by number 8, Garrett Finley, and number 9, Jaden Bland, the two big tacklers on this team.
Yeah, and as I dote on those offensive linemen, they're getting bigger and more agile because those defensive linemen are big, bad dudes and can run, and they're strong. And those outside linebackers, Jaden Bland, I thought had a chance to maybe pull the ball carrier back and put him in 4th down, but a good strength on the finishing to pick up that first down. Grapevine really needed. It's obviously a huge first drive to the game.
1st and 10 at the 47. Baum going to take a shot down the field, and he's going to overshoot, but here comes the flag. He was going for Sammy Kelly on the far sideline in front of the Grapevine bench. He was defended by number 23, Doran Travis, and the flag came in. This is going to either be a hold or pass interference. Sammy Kelly got the most touchdowns on this team. He is kind of their big play wide receiver, and they are going to call pass interference.
Right, you got to let the defensive staff know that you're going to take your shots and get downfield. And I think Travis just kind of looked at the officials. Man, I've done a lot worse than that, and I didn't get a penalty. But all right, let's see how it's going to get called. I mean, it's early in the game. You've got to let again the defensive coordinator for Heritage has to know that you're not going to be you're not scared to take those vertical shots. You see the runs to start the drive, very calculated risk, trying to get downfield.
Only a 10-yard penalty, which is interesting. They must have called that interference early in the route. Or they called holding? Okay. 1st and 10 at the 43 of Heritage. Split back shotgun look here for the Mustangs. Snap back, hand off to Polk. No, it's kept by Baum. He's got room in the open field, breaks one tackle, and gets down to the 35. This triple option's hard to follow sometimes.
No, it's great. And there's a crack. When Caden Cook come from the outside and cracked in on a linebacker, I almost want to say it's illegal in the NFL or college game. You can't blindside, and that ended up being a springing block, an extra 4 or 5 yards. Again, though, a lot of misdirection. Kind of reminds me of Rice in the early odds back in this. Just a lot of misdirection trying to get these guys off balance.
Gain of 8 for Baum. Little quick throw out, caught and hit immediately. What a play that time by the Heritage defense as number 7, Jack Sluter, the safety, came up and just popped Rondell Carradine as soon as he caught the ball for a loss of a yard.
If you've ever seen those defensive backs making those closing attempts and almost get close and you hear those oohs, well, the other side of that is when they get home just at the right time and they hit and deplete a receiver. Not only make an impact immediately, they actually go backwards and lose yardage, put themselves in a tougher third down.
Great read and a great play by Sluter there. Now it's 3rd and 3 for the Mustangs at the Panther 36-yard line. Snap is back. Baum going to throw it. Little quick throw, and he had his man, but it was high. He was trying to hit Rondell Carradine out of the slot on a little quick out, and the pass just sailed on him. That would have been an easy first down if the pass had been on target, but it just sailed on Baum.
Surely 4-down territory, early going. It's sort of your day one install, third down play. Your best slot receiver on a quick out. Just couldn't get on it. Receiver and quarterback a little excited with how much room he had to work. But you come back to your second favorite 4th down and short play call, because on a drive to start the game, you're going to keep getting the reward of having a really successful drive so far.
4th and 3 at the 36. This is definitely 4-down territories. You're kind of in no man's land. Now Baum may be quick kicking. He took a step back, and that's exactly what he did. A little quick kick, but didn't get the roll he wanted, and it went into the end zone. I'm a little surprised by that. I actually thought Coach Alexander might go ahead and go for that. It's shorter yardage. You're at the 36. Me personally, I take the shot, but I ain't coaching.
Well, defensively, if Heritage is going to keep it on a pretty run-based, they had their success running the ball in that first drive. Make them march at 80 and 90 yards. That's harder to do, to run it that long of a drive. You give up, you don't convert there. A lot of energy and momentum goes to Heritage and a shorter field. I like the reasoning. I'm imagining if Baum had one more chance, he would have taken a little bit less off and pinned him a lot deeper. But as you go, it's drive 2 and make the plays you can.
So the Panthers will start after the touchback on the quick kick at their own 20. Little pop pass to Ulrich, and he doesn't have any room anywhere, and he's going to get dropped. He's tell you what, he's doing everything he can to keep the play alive, but he kept losing yardage, and he finally got dropped back at the 14 for a loss of 6 as Grapevine read that little pop pass jet sweep perfectly and just had Ulrich in jail.
Well, he's just very clearly a central figure to that offense, and pre-snap he's identified during his motions, anything, he's just going to have anybody's attention. The scheme is to not let that player beat them.
Smith back to pass on 2nd down over the middle and misses his receiver, but here comes a flag from the side judge on the near side. He was trying to hit Monet Davis on a little seam route out of the tight end spot, and the side judge, I think, may have seen a grab the side judge was about 25 yards away from it, but he had a good view of that particular route, and you're going to get a holding penalty on that play. Monet Davis on the season, not a lot of yardage, but he does have 9 catches this season. He's got the 3rd most catches on the team, so they do use Monet Davis quite a bit, number 45 in this offense.
Well, physically, he's a mismatch between run game. He's kind of a pulling fullback and tight end, and in the passing game as well.
1st and 10, handoff up the middle, not much room as the running back Kelleher gets driven back by Latham Way and Dalton Knapp after only a gain of a yard. Now the Heritage Panthers lining up, running tempo. They're getting set up quick. 3 wide set here on 2nd and 9 at the 25. Davis back to throw, looking down over on the near side. Pass is a little high, trying to get Ulrich on the near sideline, and kind of like Baum did on the last possession, just had one kind of sail on him a little bit.
Well, obviously injured the last few weeks. There's going to be a little bit of rust. And still, the first few drives settling in. The game's still moving pretty quickly. Just a big, tall kid. He's obviously, once he gets his game going, he'll get a little more accurate.
3rd and 9 now from the 25 for the Panthers. Smith getting flushed to his right, looking to throw. Gets rid of it, and the pass is caught. What a great grab that time by number 87, Braden Blewett. Welcome back, Braden Blewett, to the Heritage lineup. Makes a great grab as Smith is rolling to his right, threw one a little bit high, and Blewett just went up and snagged it.
Just obviously a lot of confidence, understandably so. Just put it in that kid's area and then just let him make the rest of the play.
Going quick, they fire over the middle, caught up past the 45, out to the 47 that time, as it was Blewett again, back for the first time since week 1 when he got injured. That's a gain of 7 after a gain of 15 on the 3rd and 9, and now the Panthers are moving the ball again out near midfield. 2nd and 3. They're going quickly with some tempo here, 4 wide set. Smith, now he's going to heave one up the far sideline, and it is just out of the reach of Blewett. They are really testing the coverage skills of Darian Burns over there on the far side as they are targeting Blewett on these last few plays. trying to see if they can get Blewett back in this game and trying to get him back involved in the offense and get in a rhythm.
Well, he told him before the game he's got fresh legs with the last few weeks out.
Empty set on third down. Pass over the middle, caught just across midfield by Kelleher, the running back, who lined up in the slot in the empty set. He drags a tackler forward to the Grapevine 45. It's a gain of 8 and a first down. They will throw to Kelleher. He's got 11 catches through 4 games. They will use him as a receiver in this spread offense.
And Weston Smith, tall kid, wants to stand in that pocket. Pretty cerebral thinker. You can tell he's able to process the pre-snap movements and going to make a pretty good read.
On first down, after a little misdirection, it's a handoff to Kelleher. He's got some room on the near side. Inside the 40, inside the 35, down to the 33. It'll be a gain of 12 and a first down as the Panthers getting some momentum on offense against this Grapevine defense right now, as C.J. Holmes was able to force Kelleher out of bounds. But they're getting some chunk plays here on this drive, are the Panthers, and they're down to the Grapevine 33.
They just get that defensive line a little bit worn out, getting them going left and right, but accurate throws and just keep moving the chains.
Snap back to Smith on first down. He gets flushed. Now he's going to run. He's getting chased, and he's going to get to the outside, inside the 20, the 15, and then finally stepping out at the 10. That time, Weston Smith is not much of a runner, but that time the field just opened up, and Grapevine just didn't do a good job containing.
Well, but you can tell just looking at 6'5", 210 pounds. Not yet a full-grown man, but he's getting close, and so he's playing against some kids where he's going to have a physical advantage. Even if he's not necessarily fleet-footed, he's still going to outrun them.
20-yard run down to the 13, pass towards the end zone. It is caught. Is it inbounds? It is a touchdown. Luke Ulrich back at his starting wide receiver position with a great route and a great throw from Weston Smith, and the Panthers strike first.
That must be his natural position, because that's a pretty good route runner, and just watching his toughness and his ability to go up and get it at the right time. A great catch, and then going to go down there and be the deep snapper for the extra point.
Snap is back on the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good for Ryan Zuckert, the sophomore. And the Panthers strike first. They are up 7-0 with 3:05 left in the first quarter. This quarter brought to you by 121 Community Church. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Each year across the United States, young lives are lost to sudden cardiac arrest, and our communities are left to pick up the pieces. That's what happened in April of 2009 when Zachary Schraw lost his life to an undiagnosed heart condition after collapsing suddenly during a Plano East Senior High School football practice. After his death, Zach's loved ones knew it was time to take action to protect young hearts across North Texas from this silent killer. Since its establishment in 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 12 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR, all with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today, apply for an AED for your organization, or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together, we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement to save young hearts at livingforzachary.org today.
Kick is away. It is caught at the 3, and it'll be fair caught by Parker Polk. So the Mustangs will get to start on their own 25-yard line. 80-yard touchdown drive by the Panther offense, the last 13 of which on the touchdown pass from Weston Smith to Luke Ulrich. Impressive drive, mixed it up with both the run and the pass, including the scramble by Weston Smith. Just a really impressive drive by the Panthers.
Just a grasp of the offense. He has an idea of what the coaches are trying to do, and not just running a play, but able to grasp and then use his arms and legs, pick up some pivotal first downs, and get the first score.
Mustangs first and 10 at their own 25, offset pistol formation. Speed option, pitch is caught by Carradine. He's out past the 25, and now he's in the open field, but a great job. Oh, what a tackle that time. Great tackle by Kevon Connor. The senior defensive lineman got a hold of the jersey of Rondell Carradine and might have saved a touchdown right there, because Carradine has got speed to burn, and if Connor does not drag him down, that might have gone to the house. Great tackle there. It's still an 11-yard gain for Rondell Carradine, but man, that is a great play by Kevon Connor. First and 10 at the 36-yard line. Full house backfield look. Snap back. It is going to be a keep by Baum. He's got room in the open field. To midfield, stiff arms a guy and then finally gets tripped up. I tell you what, I thought Baum was going to keep his feet and go, but that was just a great job that time staying with the tackle by, I believe that was number 23, Doran Travis, the junior. I saw a 3, but I can't tell if that's a 23 or a 33 down there. Just a great job nonetheless, basically saving a touchdown. Great run by Baum on the speed option look all the way down to the 38-yard line of Heritage. 22 yards, 22 yards on the run, 26 yards. 1st and 10, snap is back. Going to be a handoff going around the left end. C.J. Holmes, he's got room inside the 20. Makes a man miss, still on his feet, and tackled down at the 15. Coach Alexander trying to get his 2 speedy burners involved on this series with C.J. Holmes and Rondell Carradine. And a great run by Holmes that time down to the 15-yard line. 23 yards in a 1st and 10.
Just by alignment and then motion pre-snap, you're getting a lot of the movement. And then just really good job up front with those big boys for Grapevine, just moving the line of scrimmage, not missing any defenders and putting those hats on the right places, spraying some big runs.
And Coach Martin calls a timeout, not happy with his defense, wanting to reset them things. We'll take it with him. 1:59 to go in the 1st quarter. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
At 121, we love our Mustang football and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
Back to play here. It is 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the Heritage 15 as Heritage leads Grapevine 7-0. Snap is back. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Reed Watkins, who breaks a tackle and gets inside the 10. Solid gain by Reed Watkins down to the 8-yard line, a gain of 7. Watkins only had 3 carries last week, but had over 100 yards thanks to an 87-yard touchdown run, and he busts through the hole there. 2nd and 3 now for the Mustangs at the 8-yard line as the Mustangs try to answer the Heritage score. Split back set behind Baum on the shotgun. Snap is back. It's going to be a hand. Nope, Baum keeps it and he'll walk it into the corral for a Grapevine Mustangs touchdown. Great fake as he put that in the gut of Parker. Pulled it out at the last second and nobody was home as Baum takes it into the end zone.
Yeah, perfect ball movement execution out of Baum, and then just as it's drawn up, you get there, you get on the drawing board and say, you get this angle, boom, head fake, get the defender to move out of position. It'll be a touchdown, and sure as heck, there it is. Good responding drive, and to get back on the board, tie this thing up.
Hayden Rhodes on for the extra point. Snap is back to Tate Scarborough. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 1:20 to go in the 1st quarter. The Mustangs have tied it up at 7. You are listening and watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com to find out how you can get your free quote. Greenleaf Roofing, the #1 choice for all your roofing needs.
The kick from Hayden to Rhodes. Rhodes is away. It's bobbled at the 5, up to the 10, 15, making men miss out past the 20. Nice job on the return that time by number 2, Jonathan Cabea, as he bobbled the kickoff at the 5, was able to recover and actually get a solid return out across the 20-yard line to the 22, a return of 17 yards. The touchdown drive for the Grapevine Mustangs went 75 yards in 5 plays, the last 8 of which punched in from Evan Baum, his 5th touchdown of the season on the ground. Every play on that drive was on the ground as Grapevine got big chunks out of their triple option on that possession. So the Panthers will come back out. Game tied at 7. Jacob Dedamore here with my broadcast partner tonight. Well, I'll tell you in a second. Snap back on first down. Smith looking to throw. Fires one over the middle. Has a wide open Kelleher up near midfield. He is tackled in Grapevine territory by Major Hecht. There's the receiving ability of the starting running back, Ryan Kelleher, as he released up the seam and was wide open behind the Grapevine defense for a huge gain out to the 45 of Grapevine.
We started these drives on the ground, and so some play action and get the action of the defenders, those eyes in the backfield, get one dropped over their head.
33 yards on the catch. This time Kelleher takes the handoff, and he's going to get dropped for a loss, as that time number 25 for the Grapevine defense, Hunter Lasher, came up from his safety position and made a nice TFL for a loss of 2. So Kelleher makes the big gain and then gets dropped for a loss, 2nd and 12 back at the 47-yard line. 3 wide set for the Panthers. Back to pass is Smith. Now he's getting flushed. He's going to take off inside the 45, the 40, and he'll step out of bounds at the Grapevine 38-yard line. That time a lane just opened up for him, and he wasn't afraid to take it. First week back from injury, and gets a really solid gain of 9 yards to put his team in 3rd and manageable.
Well, and naturally, you've been out for a few weeks. To knock the rust off, instead of sitting in that pocket waiting, it's more natural for those kids to just pull it down and get progression with their feet, try to shorten the next down and distance. Pretty smart play and give themselves a chance here on 3rd and 3.
Jacob Dedamore and John Hampton here at Mustang Panther Stadium. Tied at 7 here in the battle for the Red Rail. 3rd and 3. Snap back to Smith. Quick throw. Caught out near the marker, and we'll see where they mark this. It was caught by Ulrich, and they're going to give him credit, which personally that's a bad call because it looked like Ulrich jumped backwards on his own and should have been called short. But that's going to do it for us here at the end of the first quarter, as the Mustangs and the Panthers are tied at 7 here in the 2022 battle for the Red Rail. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
For a quick bite. We're always happy to see you.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system.
Back here for the start of the second quarter, 1st and 10 for Heritage at the Grapevine 35, and this time it's going to be a loss. Stepping up that time and making the tackle for Grapevine is number 97, Vili Motamanu. He got into the backfield and dropped Smith for a loss of 3 for the sack back at the 38-yard line. The last 2 drives have been touchdowns, one by each team. An 80-yard touchdown drive from the Panthers that was answered immediately by the Mustangs with a 75-yard drive. But the Panthers are on the move again in Grapevine territory. 2nd and 13 now at the Mustang 38. Kelleher goes in motion out to the left flat. Weston Smith takes the pass. Now they're setting up a screen. The pass is caught, and great read and tackle by number 27, Drew Nelson, one of the captains who read that play from his safety position and attacked it and dropped it for a loss.
When I committed to this game, you guys gave me some access to some previous games, and I was watching it. 27 just keeps flashing. I kept watching him and skimming through, whether I'd watch every play or just skim through. Every time I look up, boom, there's 27 again. He's doing the same thing tonight.
3rd and 16. Smith gets hit as he throws. He got it away, but it's a little too far. Threw that earlier than he wanted to as the pressure came in. He was hit that time by Leighton Towery, number 19. He was trying to hit, I believe that was 87, Blewett, that he was trying to hit on the deep route, and the pass just went too far because of the pressure.
And I want to say Nelson came from a safety position again, and so Weston Smith just wisely throwing it into an area vacated by a blitzer and just couldn't get home.
And they're going to go for it on 4th and 16, and Smith gets away, but he's getting flushed, and he's not going to be able to get the first down. Grapevine is going to drag him down as he loses some yardage after initially getting hit. They're going to tackle him at the 39. I was a little surprised that they went for that on 4th and 16 at the 40 instead of just trying to pin Grapevine deep. But the pressure came in. Smith took off within a second or two, and Grapevine just corralled him.
I'm going to say there's going to be a miscommunication, and I don't know if Weston can step back in as the punter for Heritage as well, and that was the signal that he just didn't get to pooch it down, but seemed to be a miscommunication across the board, and they're having a chat with him about it.
Well, Grapevine takes over on their own 39-yard line after that failed 4th down conversion. 1st and 10, speed option. Evan Baum takes it, almost breaks a tackle, but is dragged down by the jersey. Great job that time by number 8 that was number 8, Garrett Finley, the senior defensive end, as he just got a hold of the jersey to Baum and wouldn't let him go.
It's Heritage. Nice uniforms, but from far away I couldn't see that number all bunched up.
Yeah.
It could have been about 3 or 4 different kids, but Finley's he's got the same attributes. He's been making the same kind of plays at the defensive end, essentially anchoring it down and a wall. He's turning everything either away from him or making you run a bubble around him. He's obviously a pretty good force for Heritage over there.
Snap back on 2nd down, little speed option, another pitch, and it's dropped. It's on the ground, and it is going to be a turnover. The pitch, it was a late pitch by Evan Baum, and it ends up getting to Parker Polk low. He couldn't corral it, and it was recovered that time by Muhammad El Hassan, the senior the linebacker, as Polk tried to get on it after it went off his fingertips. And even though the Mustangs got the turnover on downs, they give it right back on the fumbled option pitch.
Yeah, you say quarterbacks would like some throws back down the field. Right? I think Baum would like that pitch back. He just got a little excited, get out a little ahead of his back, and with back-breaking turnover.
1st and 10 at the 40. Smith back to pass, fires one deep up the side, and it is incomplete. That time, Ulrich and Major Heck both went and high-pointed the ball, and neither player could come up with it around the 10-yard line.
Great read out of Hecht and an ability to turn his hips. Ulrich, already a flashy receiver, made some big catches down the field, so his ability to turn and run, get these defenders turned around has been impressive, but Hecht, good covering, ability to cover some ground, because had he not been able to turn and run and get his hands on that one, it would have been a big one-play strike touchdown response out of Heritage.
2nd and 10 now. Handoff to Kelleher, and he's going to get dropped in the backfield. Got hit immediately that time by Dalton Knapp, number 41, and number 99, Devin Thomas, as they both shot gaps and dropped Kelleher for a loss. And we do have a Grapevine player down on the field now. Can't quite see the number as it's a little obscured for us. It is number 19, Leighton Towery, who is down on the field. So let's go ahead and take a break while the trainers tend to Leighton. It is 7-all here in the second quarter, 9:27 to go in the first half. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football. Well, now he's up immediately. We'll go ahead and keep it here as he's already up and coming off the field on his own power. Leighton being helped to the sideline, a little bit of a limp, but coming up on his own power here, and that's a good sign to see.
He said the trainer went out and told him, you're playing Heritage, right?
So they dropped Kelleher for a loss of 2 back at the 42-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 12. Grapevine, last 2 possessions, doing a good job once the Panthers got into their this drive obviously starting in Mustang territory, but pushing Heritage back. 3rd and 12 at the 42. Snap back. Play action. Smith fires one over the middle. It's intercepted. Pass was behind. Up to the 30, 35, and out to near the 40-yard line. Maddox Stanley in there in the dime formation. That pass was just off target. We talked about a little bit of rust maybe from Weston Smith. You could see it there as he was trying to hit Ulrich on a deep slant and just threw it behind his receiver.
Yeah, just a lot of bodies, and it's kind of essentially a deep slant. They lost some yardage on first down, so they're trying to chase it up, and instead of just a quick hitting play, trying to let those receivers work down, a lot more bodies. And then Maddox just in a really great position, but you see a lot of defensive backs not make that catch, and for him to put it away, he may have got a little excited on his run back and lost his feet, but again, we've just been swapping turnovers just part of the field. Somebody's got to go make a play and go get a touchdown.
So Grapevine takes over where they lost the ball at their own 39. Snap back, bomb, getting flush, and he's just going to try, and he's going to run out of bounds after about a 2-yard gain as he was pushed out of bounds that time by number 18, Muhammad El Hassan. It'll be a gain of 2 and a first down. Garrett Finley actually out there chasing him down. They're going to give him credit of forward progress to the 41, a gain of 2 from Baum. And we'll see if either team can get the ball away from this particular 40-yard line. We had the turnover on downs, a fumble, then an interception, and this ball's been sitting at around the 40 for about the last 4 or 5 minutes. 2nd and 8 now for the Mustangs. Wagner goes in motion from the right to the left. Snap is back, hand off to Polk. He's got room. He's into the open field. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. He walks it into the corral for a Grapevine touchdown. Parker Polk had a hole open up. Nobody was home to be able to stop him, and he takes it all the way to the house. That's one way to get it away from the 40-yard line.
Well, just all season long, last few seasons, the offensive MVP of the district last season, he's just picking up where he left off. Now he's in the mid-season form as a senior, just able to get away. And once he broke into that open field, just wasn't going to be caught. And the early going, Grapevine really taking last year's loss, and you can tell that they've utilized it and get some juice from it.
Hayden Rhodes on for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 8:48 to go in the first half. The Mustangs have their first lead of the night. It's 14-7 Grapevine. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
So I think one of the most important parts of dentistry is the patient education and the emphasis on preventive care. And I think our office, along with all of our hygienists, do a really great job in the patient care and patient education. We can fix problems all day long, but if the patient doesn't know what's causing those problems, then we're not giving them the tools to fix them. And so that's one of our main goals here at Fielder Park.
For 13 straight years, Forbes.com has named Prosperity as one of America's best banks. To Prosperity's customers and employees, thank you for helping us maintain this national distinction. Prosperity Bank. Real bankers, not just a bank.
Hayden Rhodes lines it up for the kickoff. It's high but returnable. It's going to bounce at the 10. High hop picked up at the 8-yard line. Up to the 15, up to the 20, and out to about the 24. And we're going to get a horse collar tackle here, I believe, for sure, as the tackle that time was made by Gray Whitsett. The returner was Jonathan Cabella. And we're probably going to tack 15 on to this one as he brought him down from behind around the shoulder pad area. That touchdown drive, actually they're going to call a face mask. Check that. I didn't see the face mask part. I just thought he grabbed the shoulder pads. But we're kind of high up. That touchdown drive only went 2 plays, went 61 yards with 59 of them coming on the touchdown run from Parker Polk. On the season, that is his 6th touchdown rushing. Definitely going to add to his 10.1 yards per carry for sure. So the ball will be out at the 39-yard line. 4 wide receivers set. First down, handoff going over the left side. Out past the 40 to the 44 is number 33, Colin Bennett, the freshman running back. Second leading rusher on the team is the freshman behind Kelleher. Gain of 5, out to the 44, second down. Staying in the traditional 4 wide set. It'll be Bennett again trying to go around the right side, and this time he'll get dropped for a big loss as Drew Nelson again, along with Latham Way. Drew Nelson, I said in the pregame, we're going to see him play a little bit of hybrid linebacker in some dime formations. He is making a lot of plays here early.
Well, there's great coaching. They've identified what he is as an athlete, what he can do. 6'3", 190-pound kid, rangy and a great tackler, so you can play him in space, feel confident that he can defend the run and the pass, and yeah, he's making a lot of plays.
3rd and 7 after the loss of 2. Weston Smith looking to throw, getting flushed. Now he's going to get rid of it over the middle. The pass is going to be caught. What a great job of helping his quarterback by number 10, Kai Pruitt, his first catch of the night, the leading wide receiver on this team. Saw his quarterback in trouble, worked his way back and found an open spot for his quarterback to hit him for a huge gain and a first down.
He just knew he was going to get some traffic and probably going to get hit, take a collision, but a tough job to go up and make the play.
Smith on first down was going to step up and run, got room inside the 40, and he'll step out of bounds inside the 35, a gain of 11 and a first down. As again, the Mustangs are doing a good job of getting pressure up the middle, up the field and collapsing the pocket, but they're losing contain a few times here on Weston Smith.
Well, and he's a big enough kid that if you don't break down, come correct at the point of attack, that he's going to run away from you. He's going to run out of a arm tackle type attempt. I mean, you're going to have to bend down and get low and really drive through a big quarterback, or you're going to bounce off of it. 1st and 10
at the Mustang 34, and now the flags come in. I think we're going to have a false start here on the Panthers. That catch by number 10, Kai Pruitt, was a gain of 13 yards that got them the first down on 3rd and 8. Just again, a great job by Pruitt to find an open space and help his quarterback out, who was getting pressured pretty heavily by the Mustang defense, who is doing a good job. Dalton Knapp making a lot of plays on that defensive line. He's been in the backfield a ton here in this first half. The sophomore, number 41. Snap back on 1st and 15. Smith again getting pressured, breaks away from an arm tackle, running to his left, getting chased by Latham Way, and he'll get dragged down out of bounds, but not before he gets about 6 yards on the far sideline in front of the Grapevine bench. Latham Way, an excellent tackler, but they need to figure out some contain issues right now, because Weston, he's showing he has no fear of taking off at the ball.
Well, now they're doing a good job, like you said, compressing the pocket, but then once you get there, you just got to get your hands around it.
2nd and 9, handoff up the middle, and big yardage for the freshman inside the 25, down to the 20 for number 33, Colin Bennett. That'll be a first down carry on 2nd and 9, all the way down to the 20-yard line, a gain of 13. Bennett came into this game tonight, 28 carries, 102 yards on the season, and 2 touchdowns. And very quickly, I missed that play altogether as I was looking down for a second. Heritage went tempo. I believe they gave it to the freshman Bennett again, and he got 4 down to the 16. And here comes more tempo from Heritage. Snap back to Smith. He's looking to throw over the middle. Pass is caught by Ulrich inside the 5-yard line. Just a simple deep dig route. The protection held up that time and gave Smith time to look over the field, and he hits Ulrich, his athletic slot receiver. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Here comes the Heritage tempo. Snap is back. Handoff to Bennett, and he's going to walk it into the end zone for the touchdown. That tempo had Grapevine on their heels once they started with it and got ahead of the chains, and Grapevine never really could recover.
Well, good coaching. You get halfway into the second quarter, you know there's going to be some fatigue. It's still a warm night. And if you've got the tempo on the offensive side, if you've got it in your playbook, if you prepped it, that would be a time to pull it out and say, we've got to go get us one, get back into the game. You got to equalize, and you started fast, kind of had a lull. It's a good job to get back into it.
Extra point is up and good. 6:26 to go in the first half. We're all tied up at 14. This is Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're out here in McKinney, Texas. 48 panels, 18.24 kilowatts, which yearly they're gonna get a total production of 20,664 kilowatts. That's more production than they need, so the electrical company will be able to give them credit for some of that energy that they're gonna be saving. Today we have the Seal Fab panel. It's a US manufactured, comes with a 30-year warranty, some of the best warranty in the industry right now. A job this size usually takes companies 2 days to complete. We're gonna knock it out in 1 day. So that works great for our customers. That way they don't have to worry about taking 2 days off from work. They just have to take 1 day, maybe even half a day off their job. So we'll get this customer up and going, ready for the city inspection, and get them up and going with their system.
The Panthers go 61 yards in 8 plays, I believe it was. Kickoff is high and deep. And it's going to be caught by Polk at the 4. It was 10 plays, excuse me. 10 plays, 61 yards. The touchdown coming on a 4-yard run by the freshman, number 33, Colin Bennett. As just like Grapevine did in the first quarter with an answer touchdown drive, the Panthers answer the Mustang touchdown here in the second quarter. And the Mustangs will start this next possession at their own 25-yard line with 6:26 to go in the first half. Both teams really having some success moving the ball in big chunks here in this game. That last drive by Heritage is probably the most workmanlike of the game. The Mustangs coming out here in the shotgun split back set with both tight ends on the field. Both lined up on each side. Snap is back, and this is going to be a little quick throw, and he's going over the top, and he just misses Parker Polk. They went with the heavy set backfield look, and he had 2 options on that play. Chose to go to Parker Polk up the far sideline and just threw it about a yard too far.
Yeah, he picked the side of the area in the field where he had the most green and just tried to lift a perfect lob shot out there and let his fastest, best playmaking running back receiver athlete go get the ball and do the rest. I just barely missed it, and I'd imagine we'll see that play again tonight.
Yeah, you got to love the play call and the aggressiveness. It just didn't quite connect that time. 2nd and 10 now at the 25. Snap is back. It's going to be a Keat little shotgun pitch, and it's on the turf again, and it's going to be a loss back to the 20 as they faked to Reed Watkins, went speed option, and for the second time in the ball game, the pitch from Evan Baum was not on target, and that time, luckily for the Mustangs, it went out of bounds. But they lost 5 yards back to the 20. Had a couple of just, little late decisions by Baum to pitch that ball or keep it, and it's kind of thrown things off timing.
I mean, there's a lot going on. It's hard, it's easier. I mean, it's easier obviously watched and said how to do it than actually performing it. Of course, I don't envy that, but still got to put it on him.
3rd and 15. Baum drops back. He's getting pressured. Gets away from one rusher. Now he's just going to fire it towards the sideline. Incomplete. Pressure came very quickly that time, as coming in on the pass rush was number 21, Sayoni Tavo, as well as number 8, Garrett Finley, the defensive end. That was just a good job by Baum just to avoid the sack and not take a loss.
Well, the drive had already had a negative play, and you could ill afford have another one. You fought pretty hard this first half. You can't let it all go to waste with a negative turnover, a really short field for Heritage.
Snap is high on the punt. Hayden Rhodes gets it away, thankfully, and he's going to get a nice little grapevine roll across midfield and inside the 45 and down to the 43. Wow, what a great job. That snap was high and over the head of Hayden Rhodes. Hayden Rhodes back punting because of the injury to Leighton Towery, and Rhodes did a great job to get that one away and actually get a solid punt into Panther territory of 37 yards.
Hayden Rhodes is going to want to put that on his highlight tape.
That's the second time he's had one of those this year. Week 2 against Azle had a snap go awry. He dropped one, picked it up, and as he was getting hit, got the punt away and drew a roughing the punter because nobody touched the ball. 1st and 10, handoff up the middle. The freshman, again, Bennett, gets across the 45 out to the 46, gain of about 3 before he is brought down by Lasher and Hecht. But the freshman getting some work here as the freshman's got a little giddy up in his step. Number 33, Colin Bennett. 2nd and 7 now for the Panthers at their own 46. Snap back to Smith. looking over, firing over the middle. Pass is caught by Ulrich, and he's tripped up at the 40. Great tackle by Major Heck to save an even bigger gain, but it's still a gain of 15 yards into Mustang territory. When the protection holds up, it's allowing time for Ulrich to find room in the zone. Tempo, and now we're going to have a false start here as the flags fly.
Well, crossers at any level, whether it's a slot receiver and a tight end, any two receivers on both sides of the quarterback crossing the field it's not impossible, and it's extremely difficult to defend. And so whether you're playing man, you're going to lose them in coverage, and if it's zone, there's going to be a window with the quarterback. So if you can protect the quarterback and let the receivers work downfield, there's going to be plays being made. That was Heritage running that offense perfectly, able to find the zone, and Ulrich carried it to the right spot.
1st and 15 back at the 44. Smith stepping up, gets away from one man. Now he's going to fire the ball down the field and out of bounds as the pressure came in once again. Wasn't able to get him on the ground that time. Smith did a good job getting away from one defender and just keeping that play alive and throwing it away.
Well, a penalty stopping Heritage and backing them up. Now Grapevine really got to dig down and make that hurt, make this stop for him, preserve some points off this board, because it's been a tight fight this first half. You got to try to compound when you can.
2nd and 15 at the 44. Blitz coming, and the pass is nobody home. And we had kind of a late hit, but no call, as one of the linemen for Heritage just absolutely basically tackled to the ground, number 27, Drew Nelson. Not really sure what was going on there, but it was well after the ball was released.
As an offensive lineman saying, hey, safety, you like to blitz. Come on back anytime. I pick up blitzes.
3rd and 15 now. Pass over the deep sideline. It's caught by Ulrich, and he survives the hit and makes a nice grab. Just a deep out route out of the slot. C.J. Holmes on the tackle. It is right at the marker, and they're going to convert a 3rd and 15. I tell you what, going to need to see some adjustments in the secondary, because if the protection is holding, if the protection holds for Smith, there's open receivers coming up downfield. 1st and 10 at the 29 after the 3rd and 15 conversion. Handoff up the middle. Kelleher breaking tackles inside the 10. We're going to get a face mask here as one of the Grapevine defenders grabbed the top opening of the face mask. And that was the freshman, freshman Colin Bennett, not Kelleher. It was a 5-yard run to the 24, and that's going to move half the distance to the goal after the face mask. One of the defenders flying by looked like just grabbed the top part of the helmet. I believe it was number 35, Tristan Sneed, who was guilty that time.
Well, and it's not going to look good on film tomorrow, because he'd gotten himself out of position and then just kind of threw the hands out there, and just you could see where he grabbed the helmet. Even if he didn't grab face mask, it's going to get a penalty.
And now Grapevine's going to call a timeout, because they're really having issues when Colleyville decides to go tempo. They're having trouble really attacking and getting set. 3:54 to go in the first half. We're all tied up at 14. This is Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Hey, Mustang fans, have you been meaning to get to the dentist and it just keeps getting pushed back to the list for tomorrow? Well, today, let me introduce you to Dr. Chip Mercer in Fielder Park Dental, where they're creating and restoring beautiful smiles. They're a full-service dental office that provides everything from your basic dental cleanings to more advanced care like implants and Invisalign orthodontics. Online at fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817 for an appointment. Conveniently located in North Arlington, Dr. Mercer's a proud Mustang dad. Fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817.
After the timeout, the Panthers will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Grapevine 12-yard line after the face mask penalty. Tied at 14 here in the second quarter, and now flags come flying again. Another false start. Multiple false starts here in this first half for the Heritage Panthers. They've been able to overcome a lot of them, but eventually you think something like that's going to catch up to you. Jacob Dedamore here along with John Hampton here at Mustang Panther Stadium in the battle for the Red Rail. These two teams both at 3-1, both at 1-0 in District 4-5A Division II. Penalty moves the ball back to the 17-yard line. And now Heritage is going to come out in a 4-wide set, trips left, single receiver to the right. The freshman Bennett, who's really kind of given a spark to this ground game here in the second quarter. is the running back, offset to the left side of Weston Smith. Snap is back. Handoff to Bennett, going around the right side, inside the 20, breaks a tackle and gets down to near the 10. Got the penalty yardage back, plus about a yard. They're going to give him a gain of 6 down to the 11, where it'll make it 2nd and 9. That time they ran away from the strength of the formation and found some room on the right side.
And for as much hurry up as they've had, now that they've compressed it down inside the 20, you would imagine they'd be pretty deliberate, milk down this clock as much as they can and try to give Grapevine the ball with as little time as possible.
Seems like their tempo really does kind of come after big plays. They get ahead of the chains, and they want to keep that defense on their heels. 2nd and 9, snap back to Smith. He's stepping up. They're going to try and take off, and he gets to the outside again, inside the 10, inside the 5, and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Weston Smith, again, is able to break contain, and nobody spying on the quarterback, and he is able to trot it into the end zone from 11 yards out, and the Panthers have the lead back.
Well, he's a strong, he's confident in his arm to get downfield, and he's confident in his offensive line, so he'll sit in that pocket. And he's obviously confident in his pre-snap reads and what the defense is going to be able to give him. And just got that clock in his head. He knows when to turn it on, and just big, strong kid able to get to the end zone.
The extra point this time is no good as it went off to the right from the sophomore kicker Ryan Zuckert, so it stays at 20-14 with 3:06 to go in the first half. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
So I think one of the most important parts of dentistry is the patient education and the emphasis on preventive care. And I think our office, along with all of our hygienists, do a really great job in the patient care and patient education. We can fix problems all day long, but if the patient doesn't know what's causing those problems, then we're not giving them the tools to fix them. And so that's one of our main goals here at Fielder Park.
For 13 straight years, Forbes.com has named Prosperity as one of America's best banks. To Prosperity's customers and employees, thank you for helping us maintain this national distinction. Prosperity Bank.
A 7-play, 57-yard touchdown drive as Weston Smith, the quarterback, takes it in from 11 yards out. And the Panthers have the lead back 21-14. The kickoff high, deep. It'll be fair caught at the goal line by Parker Polk. And the Mustangs will start at their own 25-yard line. This second quarter brought to you by our friends at Fielder Park Dental, as the Mustangs will try to see if they can answer back. The extra point, once again, was no good, so it's a 6-point lead now for the Panthers. The Mustangs definitely going to have to make some adjustments, especially on the back end. They need to figure out some contain issues for the quarterback Smith, and then figure out what they're going to do in the secondary with their zone coverage. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 25-yard line. They're going to go with a diamond formation here on first down with 3 running backs. Baum is still in at quarterback. Snap back, kept by Baum, and he's got some room over the right side out to the 30, 35, and brought down at the 38-yard line. Nice job on the fake that time before finally being brought down by Bryson Burgess, the sophomore safety. Gain of 12 yards and a first down for Evan Baum as the Mustangs, under 3 minutes to go here in the first half, try to see if they can get back even with the Panthers. Colleyville Heritage ranked 5th in the state in 5A Division II. The Mustangs ranked 8th. 1st and 10 at the 37. Handoff up the middle. Parker Polk dancing his way through up to about the 40. It'd be a gain of 3 yards for Parker. Check that. That was C.J. Holmes, not Parker Polk. My fault. That was 4, not 3. That was 3, not 4. So a gain of 3 for C.J. on first down. Mustang ground game has been very good here in this first half. Mustangs definitely like to pass it on their own schedule. Had a couple of shots in the passing game that just missed earlier in the game. 2 wide receivers to the left side this time on second down. Play action. Baum looking to throw. He's going to heave it up down the near sideline. He's got a man. It's caught by Carradine. Inside the 10, the 5, and dragged down from behind. Rondell Carradine got behind the defense. Jack Sluter was able to barely drag him down from behind. We've got flags around the 40, but I think we're going to have a defensive holding on Jack Sluter, the man who made the play. A huge gain. They're going to mark him down officially at the 4-yard line. It was a penalty against the Heritage defense, and that'll, of course, be declined. Huge connection on the play action to Rondell Carradine by Evan Baum.
And a good shoulder pump fake out of Baum beforehand. You can tell that they've repped that play quite a bit, and he feels really comfortable. He got himself on time and in rhythm because it was basically a hitch step, and then he's able to turn it and release. He gave his receiver a chance to just go run underneath the ball, and really I thought he was going to escape that tackle and score a touchdown, but a huge play to set him up inside the 5.
59 yards on the catch by Rondell Carradine. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Snap back, hand off to Polk, and he's going to get tackled from behind. Great job that time by the senior defensive end, Garrett Finley, just crashing down from his defensive end spot and making the play.
Yeah, I don't get a vote for Defensive Player of the Year, but I'm going to go ahead and guess when I pull out the paper in December or January that Finley's going to be there for this district. He seems to be the man up front for Heritage, and even when Grapevine wants to run away from him, he's got the speed and unaccounted for in the blocking scheme that he's making these plays that he may want to be chipped in the second half, or at least make an alteration to make sure he's accounted for because he's running wild and free.
Gain of a half yard, 2nd and goal now just inside the 4-yard line. Offset pistol, snap back, handoff again to Polk, and he'll walk it into the corral for the touchdown. That time they opened up some gaps in the line, and Polk just danced his way into the end zone, and we're tied up at 20.
Well, he can hit him from 80 yards out, 90 yards out, but and as soon as he gets inside that 5, it's the same patience, same vision. Let those big boys do the work up front, and then he just used that lateral agility and that sudden burst to find the end zone. We got a back and forth going now. We're getting into it. Make your extra points, and that's going to be pivotal.
Hayden Rhodes on for this extra point. Tate Scarborough is the holder. Snap is back, kick is up, and the kick is good. 1:03 to go in the first half. The Mustangs have the lead back. They lead the Panthers 21-20. This is Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Hey, Mustang fans, have you been meaning to get to the dentist and it just keeps getting pushed back to the list for tomorrow? Well, today, let me introduce you to Dr. Chip Mercer in Fielder Park Dental, where they're creating and restoring beautiful smiles. They're a full-service dental office that provides everything from your basic dental cleanings to more advanced care like implants and Invisalign orthodontics. Online at fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817 for an appointment. Conveniently located in North Arlington, Dr. Mercer's a proud Mustang dad. Fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817.
The Mustangs have taken the lead again, this time on a 4-play, 75-yard drive. Parker Polk with his 2nd touchdown of the evening from officially 4 yards out. The big play on the drive, though, was the 59-yard catch from Evan Baum to Rondell Carradine to set that up. And the Mustangs with the extra point have answered back. Hayden Rhodes, check that. This is Tate Scarborough this time with a pooch kick. Caught at the 25, up to the 30, up to the 35. Great return that time. I believe that was number 10, Kai Pruitt, the wide receiver, one of the upbacks, making men miss. We have flags down. Looks like Grapevine was offsides on the kickoff. That time the Mustang coaches decided to go with the pooch kick from Scarborough. Didn't work out real well because couldn't wrap up Pruitt over on the far side.
You want to pooch kick the tight ends and defensive tackles, not leading receivers.
I'll do that in a minute. The penalty is added on to the end of the return. No, check that. There, he was out of bounds at the 43, so they just declined it. I thought they were going to add it on. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 43. 57 seconds left and 2 timeouts. So plenty of time here for the Panthers to do something after they got the nice return from Pruitt. Split back shotgun set here on 1st down, and they're going to go with a reverse to Ulrich, and he's looking to throw. He fires it and low to the near sideline. He was looking for Blewett on the sideline and just kind of spiked that one.
Well, somebody on the Grapevine side realized that Ulrich didn't have his right-handed glove on before that play, and it might have been something was up, so they didn't bite on that reverse, and he's the backup quarterback, and he immediately became a thrower, and he immediately realized that nobody from Grapevine had bitten on that reverse. and best to just throw that ball into the ground and play another down.
And we actually had a penalty that time to back it up 5 yards. I did not see what the call was. My apologies. But it was a 5-yard penalty against Heritage. So back that up 5 yards, and it'll still be first down at the 38-yard line now, 1st and 15. Empty set here. Weston Smith dropping back. He's going to fire one deep up the far sideline, and that's going to be intercepted. Nope, check that, incomplete. Not able to hang on that time. Great coverage that time by the Mustangs. Drew Nelson wasn't able to hang on. Good job by Hayden Golden, number 5, kind of turning DB right there, and he may have had a hand in knocking that ball out.
Might have been friendly fire. Two Mustangs converged, and Nelson with the cast on the right hand may not, he just doesn't have that ability to clamp and close on the ball. He just wasn't able to put it on, but I think it was two Mustangs that might have hit shoulders.
Second down, handoff up the middle to Kelleher, and he's got room in the middle of the field. Inside the 50, we do have a flag down back near the line of scrimmage. Going to probably wipe out what would have been about a 20-yard gain from Kelleher, and it is a hold on the offensive line for Heritage. The center, Eli Amerson, the sophomore, getting flagged for the hold on that play. Unfortunate for the Panthers. That was about a 22-yard run that time from Kelleher. Would have had them set up in very good scoring position with only 36 seconds left, and now they're all the way back at their own 29-yard line, 2nd and 15. Now we'll see what the Panthers do. We'll see if they still try to get this downfield or not. Snap back on second down. Weston Smith stepping up, and he's going to get sacked. Coverage was there downfield. In on the sack that time was Tristan Seed, number 35, and Devin Thomas, number 99, as Smith had time to look and just couldn't find anybody open, and the pocket collapsed.
Well, you're trying to go get 37 yards for the first down, but more importantly, trying to give yourself a chance to maybe have a Hail Mary towards the end of the half, and Grapevine just kept him bottled in.
And this is going to be the last play of the half. They're just going to heave one down the field, and it's going to be off the fingertips of C.J. Holmes. Would have been an interception. Would have been interesting to see C.J. try to get a return on that, but we are going to go to the halftime. And in the 2022 battle for the Red Rail, it is the Grapevine Mustangs who lead the Heritage Panthers by a score of 21-20. When we come back, we will have the halftime show for you, the Prosperity Bank halftime show for you. We'll have the Grapevine Mustangs band, the Phillies drill team, and my interview with senior captains Latham Way and Parker Polk. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, president of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
Here at Fielder Park Dental, relieving dental anxiety is the objective of our entire office staff. It starts from the person that answers their very initial call, all the way through to the doctor that's providing treatment. A warm, friendly voice that's patient-centered, focused on what the patient's concerns are, is the very first place that we try to alleviate anxiety. All the way through to when the patient arrives, we have taken very good care of welcoming them and then bringing them out and making them feel like they're a part of the family. Because in this office, they actually are once they're here. And so when they come back to the back of the office, to the treatment chairs, their anxiety level.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium, it is the Prosperity Bank halftime show. The Mustangs lead the Panthers 21-20, and right now we're going to take you down to the field so you can enjoy the halftime performance of the Mustang Philly Drill Team and the Grapevine Mustang Band here on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
forming a traditional high school team 2. We are family.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit energyattic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started, so let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. energyattic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com to find out how you can get your free quote. Greenleaf Roofing, the #1 choice for all your roofing needs.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
This is freedom, a uniquely American way of life, where values are shaped by heavy lifting. This is Texas. This is America. This is Classic. Get the freedom to choose. Like Texas, Classic leads the way. The largest selection of Silverados at the #1 Chevrolet dealership in the nation. Reserve yours now at Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
For 13 straight years, Forbes.com has named Prosperity as one of America's best banks. To Prosperity's customers and employees, thank you for helping us maintain this national distinction. Prosperity Bank. Real bankers, not just a bank.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium, this is the Prosperity Bank halftime show, your halftime score. The Grapevine Mustangs lead the Heritage Panthers by a score of 21-20. Jacob Dedamore here with you now. And as the Heritage Panther Marching Band does their thing for halftime tonight, I'm going to let you guys listen to an interview I had a chance to do this week. I was able to sit down with the 2 senior captains of the Grapevine Mustangs, linebacker Latham Way and running back Parker Polk. Here are the thoughts of the 2 senior captains.
Jacob Dedamore back here on the Prosperity Bank halftime show, and I'm joined right now by senior captains Latham Way and Parker Polk. Guys, this being your senior year, when you think about kind of what you've gone through, you guys have gone through a lot as seniors, coming up both last year being juniors, coming out of COVID on the varsity. When you think about kind of what your high school time has been with all the weirdness that you've gone through, what do you think about and kind of how do you put it together in your own minds?
It's definitely been crazy. I think through all of it, the main things I think I've gotten closer with my friends, especially through COVID. We still hung out all the time. I know Latham, I think, did too. I mean, we still hung out with our friends, and I think we bonded together through the adversity. And like during COVID, the workouts was like the only thing. A lot of us, that was the only time we hung out with friends. So I think we really bonded through football, and that's how we. That's what I'd say.
You know, I agree. During COVID, most of the football guys were going to online school, and football was really the only place where we could all see each other and hang out. So I think that really gave us something to bond over and just come closer.
As we're a few games into your senior seasons, and obviously everything comes to an end at some point, when you have time, A, do you think about that? And B, when you think about it, if you do you think about what kind of legacy you'd like to leave for not only the school but for your program?
Yeah, I've definitely thought about that. I think the biggest thing, I just want the underclassmen to know that I love them and I've served them and I wanted the best for them and I wanted the best for the team. And at the end of the day, they're going to remember the friendships you had with them and not the stats. So I think I want to be remembered as someone that cared for people and served people and tried to lead the team the best I can.
Yeah, I try not to think about like the future too much, try to focus on this week or next week, but I think it's always there in the back of my mind, like how is this team going to finish? Like what legacy am I going to leave here at Grapevine?
Now this week, obviously, one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you guys is it's Heritage Week. And the last couple of years, when you guys have had this game, it's been season opener, it's been outside of district. This year, it's back in district play. While it's not the last game of the season, it's still in the middle of the season when you've had time to really, get ready for it, when you have a better idea of who you are as a team. And it also means more because it's in district play. What do you guys think about now when you think about the fact that, okay, this means more this time, or do you think about that?
I mean, obviously it's a big deal every year. So, I mean, as players, I think we're same amount as excited as we always are. But, I mean, it's cool that it means a bigger deal. Obviously, since they're in our district, we're two of the better teams in our district. So it's definitely a big deal. And I've been looking forward to this game, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, I think both teams are well-oiled machines. I mean, obviously Red Rail game is going to be a big game, but that district factor does mean a lot this year.
Last week you had homecoming, final homecoming. Did the events leading up to it, as well as the game itself, did it have a little bit extra meaning to you because it was the last time?
Yeah, I think it was kind of surreal just to, as a senior, the last homecoming, it did really hit me that night that, wow, this is my last homecoming at Grapevine.
It was definitely weird. Like at the parade, I remember freshman year going through that and having to walk and thinking I have plenty of time. So it's definitely weird how fast it's gone. And at the parade's kind of when I noticed, like, wow, like it's coming to an end pretty soon. I gotta enjoy this.
Okay, now one last thing, and we're going to end this on a little bit of a light note. Latham, you're a very nice, clean-shaven young boy. Parker over here has quite the beard that he has rolling. How many jokes per day or per week does he get about his eligibility for playing high school football?
A lot. Sometimes even the refs ask him how old he is, but I wish I could grow a beard like that.
I definitely say I get it from the other team more. I'll get I like that mustache comments or stuff like that. But yeah, I get it a lot from the other team, so it's funny.
And my only question is how is it taking grad school classes while you're playing high school football?
It's good. It's good.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Those are your senior captains, Latham, William, Parker, Polk. We'll be back with more of the Prosperity Bank Halftime Show. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs Football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, president of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve. today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
At 121, we love our Mustang football and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
Hey guys, this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're out here in McKinney, Texas. 48 panels, 18.24 kilowatts, which yearly they're going to get a total production of 20,664 kilowatts. That's more production than they need, so the electrical company will be able to give them credit for some of that energy that they're going to be saving. Today we have the Steel Fab panel. It's a US manufactured, comes with a 30-year warranty, some of the best warranties in the industry right now. A job this size usually takes companies 2 days to complete. We're gonna knock it out in 1 day. So that works great for our customers. That way they don't have to worry about taking 2 days off from work. They just have to take 1 day, maybe even half a day off their job. So we'll get this customer up and going, ready for the city inspection, and get them up and going with their system.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium, your halftime score, the Grapevine Mustangs leading the Heritage Panthers by a score of 21-20. The Colleyville Heritage Band just finishing up their halftime routine. And as we wait for them to finish and the teams to come back on the field, let's give you some of the numbers from that first half. Both offenses putting up some numbers in that first half. You want to talk about it's a 1-point game? Well, Grapevine outgained Heritage by 4 yards in that first half, John. Jacob Dedamore back here with my broadcast partner, and I keep John Hampton. And 244 to 240 were the yardage in the first half. And it was the passing attack of Heritage, much more balanced between the two. And it really was Weston Smith driving that offense with scramble plays, getting loose on the ground, and then, of course, through the air. He had 40 yards rushing and a touchdown and 130 yards through the air along with a touchdown and an interception.
Yeah, just a complete, as you would expect, a kid who's committed to Princeton, a really just composed, poised kid, sitting in the pocket, able to let some really talented receivers work downfield, work into the soft zone openings, and then when he's got man coverage, putting it up there and letting them go make plays for him. I think most impressively, when everything's breaking down around him, big kid, Grapevine not able to get him wrapped up and down to the ground. That's when he's turning into a runner. You got kids bouncing off of him, and he's keeping drives alive, really big plays, and early going that this Heritage Panther group really feeds off of their leader. You can tell he's their general.
And for the Grapevine Mustangs, it was the running attack that drove things. Parker Polk, 78 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Evan Baum with 62 yards and a score as well. A couple of carries for C.J. Holmes. The passing attack, Grapevine likes to pass on their schedule. Only 2 of 5 passing in that first half. But the big play to Rondell Carradine that set up the second Parker Polk touchdown was the big play through the passing. But there were a couple of other opportunities for Grapevine in the passing attack that they just missed on.
Well, but as a Mustang fan and coach, supporter, it's a good sign that they're taking their shots and they're calculated risks, because when they're pulling the trigger, plays are there to be made. And now just a little bit tighter throw, a little more air, the receiver one extra step in his release, whatever it is, that adjustment can be made. The plays are going to be there. They're going to take their shots again in the second half, and I think if Grapevine's going to have a chance to actually finish this game, they're going to have to hit some plays through the air, just like the big play to Carradine. They're just going to have to get Heritage backed up off about the line of scrimmage, and it just makes you that much more balanced and complete.
And the Mustangs will start with the ball here in the second half after Heritage won the toss and elected to receive to open the game. So the Mustangs will have a chance here to build on that 1-point lead as we are about to get started here in the second half. It'll be Grapevine. Excuse me, not Grapevine. Excuse me. It'll be Heritage kicking off with number 47 Ryan Zuckert, the sophomore kicker, booting it away. Check that. Trying to make sure that is Zuckert doing the kicking. I don't believe it is. It might be Bryce Cottle, number 83. Yes, handling the kickoff duties tonight. It is Cottle. Back deep are Parker Polk and C.J. Holmes. A lot of high kickoffs tonight, which has had Parker Polk fair catching it. And we are underway here for the second half. Another high kick, and Parker will go ahead and take the free yardage. Good hang time from Cottle on those kickoffs. And Parker Polk choosing to let his offense start at the 25-yard line. Again, in that first half, Parker Polk had the big 59-yard touchdown run that helped lead him to his 9-carry, 78-yard first half with 2 scores. Evan Baum, outside of a couple of pitches that went awry, Evan Baum, I thought, did a good job with decision-making in the option. Obviously, 62 yards and a touchdown on the ground, but you need to make sure you get those timing down and not decide too late to pitch the ball.
Yeah, decisions were perfect, and his movement and his execution was great. You just got to get those pitches on cue.
1st and 10, and it will be a handoff to Polk going over the right side. Only gets a couple of yards this time, out to the 27-yard line. In on that tackle is number 3, Kevon Connor, the senior defensive lineman. Again, this front for Heritage, very aggressive, likes to attack. We've talked about the defensive end, number 8, Garrett Finley, who's tied for the team lead going into tonight in both tackles for loss and sacks. 2nd and 8 for the Mustangs at their own 27. 2 receivers off to the left side. Wagner, the tight end, moves from the right to the left. Snap is back. Baum looking to throw. Fires one out. Pass is caught out by the 30. 35 first down. Up to the 40. Another little nice easy route. A flag comes in late. It's going to be about a 13-yard catch from Carradine. Easy first down at the 40-yard line. Let's see what the flag call is here. Again, that flag came in after the whistle blew. Let's see what we have. Got a personal foul face mask. Okay, see, it was on the far side, didn't see. It was a quick grab, but the referee saw it, so tack on 15 more for the catch from Carradine. He's got all 3 catches tonight, and that was the play we saw in the first half on the first drive, that little quick out of the slot. This time Baum was on target with it and got the first down.
Yeah, and 0 option movement, no play action, just a straight snap, step and throw. And again, Baum, there's times where he can get himself in rhythm. He's an accurate thrower to go with the really talented running skills.
15 yards moves it to the 45 of Heritage. 1st and 10, handoff to Polk, and he's got room up the middle. Almost gets away, gets inside the 40 before he was brought down by the safety, Bryson Burgess, the sophomore. Might have saved a huge gain there, but it's a 6-yard gain nonetheless with Polk on first down.
Grapevine starting the second half like they got into that second quarter offensively, as it will for any team. Starts up front, and those kids are identifying and sorting out the traffic up front, that front 7, letting these backs get to that second level. And then Baum just having a pretty good control. Again, Coach Alexander's got to be glad that the entire playbook is at their disposal tonight.
Full house backfield on 2nd down. They will give it to Polk going around the left side, gets the corner, and is going to get the first down. Nice run that time by Polk to bounce that outside, using that speed and quickness to get the corner and move the chains at the 35-yard line. Polk only checks in at 5'6" and 170 pounds, but he runs a lot bigger than he looks.
Well, and that's short doesn't mean little. He's not a small kid. He
He's
just
a very
happens to be short.
compact
And those
athlete.
kids, diminutive, they get behind the blocking scheme, and the next thing you know, and he's got such a burst and he seems to not get hit very cleanly ever.
1st and 10, handoff to Polk up the middle. Going to get a couple of yards here, but a nice tackle filling in the hole that time by the safety. Number 7, Jack Sluter, came up and got Parker around the legs and limited him to only a 2-yard gain. Just over 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter, here in the battle for the Red Rail 2022. The Mustangs leading 21-20 over the Heritage Panthers. Again, both these teams ranked in the top 10 in the state in Division 5A, Division 2. The Panthers come in ranked number 5. The Mustangs ranked number 8. 1 receiver to each side, 2 tight ends in. Snap back, handoff to Polk up the middle. Got room inside the 25-20. He's going to walk this into the corral for the touchdown. And Parker Polk has his 3rd score of the night, and the Mustangs have expanded their lead. That time they came out with like a dual H-back set that time, and Polk just found a little sliver, and you talked about that burst. He just accelerated into that hole and did not get touched.
Well, he goes from 0 to full speed in a step, and so that's what you get. You get behind that you get behind that big offensive line, and he's just got a great vision, and he just knows when to flip that switch that not that many people have.
Hayden Rhodes on for the extra point. Low snap, but it's picked up. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. So Hayden Rhodes hooked it just outside the upright, and the Mustangs give back the missed extra point that Heritage had in the first half. 27-20 Grapevine. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. It's why we keep service affordable, like AC service, only $59.95. Or our oil change package, only $64.95. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
So I think one of the most important parts of dentistry is the patient education and the emphasis on preventive care. And I think our office, along with all of our hygienists, do a really great job in the patient care and patient education. We can fix problems all day long, but if the patient doesn't know what's causing those problems, then we're not giving them the tools to fix them. And so that's one of our main goals here at Fielder Park.
Another pooch kick this time for the Mustangs. And shorter return this time as again they pooched it to Kai Pruitt, the up back. Like you said in the first half, if I'm going to pooch it, I'm pooching it to somebody besides Kai Pruitt. That time the Mustangs limited the return though, and he only got to the 32-yard line, so that's where the Panthers will start this next drive. The touchdown drive went for 75 yards on 6 plays, took 2:22 off the clock. Parker Polk punching it in that time from 33 yards out for the score, his third touchdown of the night. The extra point, however, was no good, and it's 27-20 Grapevine. 1st and 10, trips right, single receiver left. Smith back to pass, empty set, actually, and he's going to get dropped. He gets blasted in the backfield that time, as coming up to make the hit was number 99, Devin Thomas. That time, no arm tackles on Weston Smith. They hit him right in the chest and dropped him for a big loss.
Pretty textbook finishing of a play for Devin Thomas, and they're going to cool him down for I guess getting a little too fired up, but it's hard work for a defensive lineman to break free, get off to shed a blocker and go get that quarterback, and a big quarterback at that, wrapped up to the ground. And we have a timeout because we have an injured player down here on the back end. One of the defensive backs looks like a cramp possibly, that's Madison. That's number 37, Maddox Stanley, who's up and jogging off the field now, so he's okay. Looked like he may have just cramped up over there in the deep in the secondary. But man, I tell you what, we talked about earlier. Dalton Knapp had the initial pressure, and Smith was stepping away from Knapp and stepped right into the face mask of Devin Thomas on that play. Dalton Knapp has been in the backfield a lot tonight. Yeah, and he's making plays when he doesn't get the stat, and that's we often kind of miss that, especially amongst the defensive linemen, a very unselfish group of players. You only get your name called when you go make a really big play, but so many times they get run away from. They hold up the blocks, or the blockers, or hold up two blockers and reroute these backs. And Dalton Knapp all night. I hadn't said his name. I hadn't highlighted him enough, but he's been a force, and I guarantee Heritage knows who he is.
2nd down and another loss as Devin Thomas shot the gap and hit the running back Ryan Kelleher right as he got the handoff from Weston Smith, and that's another loss on the play. This one back to the 24-yard line. 2 plays and 8 yards of loss on the gap shooting of Devin Thomas.
Well, he's just using his quickness. I'm not getting to watch him, the entire play. We don't get the replay, so I can't tell you exactly what he did. I can just tell you that he's through the line of scrimmage and he's swimming through blockers so quickly they can't get in front of him.
3rd and 18, they're going to set up a screen, and it's dropped. And I tell you what, Devin Thomas was going to go over there and try to make the play again, but if Devin Thomas doesn't make that play, if it's caught, they had a lot of room to run and blockers out in front.
Well, a well-timed screen. They catch Grapevine in a blitz. They're gonna bring off some pressure and an aggressive defensive line, get up the field, and if they could just slip that, but again, just not a clean drive for Heritage at all. A bit disjointed, and to coming off of a score for Grapevine, a shocking response, and now Grapevine's got to see if they can't stack a few drives on top of each other and get more than one score up.
Cottle with the punt here, punting it towards the Grapevine sideline. It takes a Grapevine bounce and is going to get down at the 46-yard line. And that's where the Mustangs will take over at their own 46 with 8:24 to go here in the third quarter. As a very short punt that time. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
15 straight years, Forbes.com has named Prosperity as one of America's best banks. To Prosperity's customers and employees, thank you for helping us maintain this national distinction. Prosperity Bank, real bankers, not just a bank.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 46-yard line. Two receivers to the right. Polk in the backfield, play action. Baum fires it out, pass is caught inside the 40, or inside the 45, I should say. Brondell Carradine once again with that out of the slot and a big gain down to the Heritage 41-yard line, 15 yards and a first down.
The theory, the concept isn't crazy elaborate. They're just going to get Sammy Kelly out on the edge to clear and get the corner to run with him and give Carradine all that room to work. A very effective throw and catch on first down.
Snap back, handoff to Polk, and he's got room again inside the 35, and trying to jump to the outside was brought down by Bryson Burgess, who really probably saved a huge gain. Still a great gain on first down for the Mustangs to the 34, gain of 7 yards for Parker Polk, as he is well over 100 yards tonight. The Mustangs on the move, trying to put themselves up 2 scores with 7:45 to go here in the third quarter.
Well, just a really in-rhythm process from Grapevine right now. Offensively, from what they're seeing in the booth, the relay of information to the sideline, and really pivotal. Try to go get you a 2-score lead in a really crucial part of the game.
Offset pistol, and they're going to go with a reverse to Carradine, and he's got the whole side of the field open. The 20, the 10, the 5. He walks it into the corral for the touchdown. They go with the reverse to Rondell Carradine, and it works to perfection. And the Mustangs have a 2-touchdown lead.
That's a perfect call. I mean, they've got Heritage guessing back on their heels. They've opened up into a passing game, which has made them much more multiple, and Heritage just isn't able to keep up, and then they hit them back with the reverse to the fastest player on the field tonight, and a huge play. Now you got to turn it back over to defense and get you another stop.
We'll talk about that play and break it down here in just a moment. Hayden Rhodes on for the extra point. Last time it was missed on a low snap. This one's a good snap. Kick is up, and this kick is good. 7:16 to go in the third quarter. The Mustangs have scored 2 touchdowns on 2 possessions. They lead 34-20. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. It's why we keep service affordable, like AC service, only $59.95. Or our oil change package, only $64.95. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
So I think one of the most important parts of dentistry is the patient education and the emphasis on preventive care. And I think our office, along with all of our hygienists, do a really great job in the patient care and patient education. We can fix problems all day long, but if the patient doesn't know what's causing those problems, then we're not giving them the tools to fix them. And so that's one of our main goals here at Fielder Park.
They do the pooch kick again, caught by Pruitt up to the 30, 38, 39-yard line. It was caught at the 29-yard line by Pruitt. He's going to get about a 9-yard return to the 38, where Heritage will start this next possession. They're trying to stay away from Cabea and Ulrich back there deep. I think they're content as long as they corral the up back, even if it is Kai Pruitt. They're content with a 10-yard return than letting the two big playmakers get a hold of the ball.
Well, even if it's just a few more feet into the air, they've got to get a little height under that by the kicker just to let that coverage get down there and try to limit the space.
1st and 10, handoff up the middle, not much there. Maybe a yard by Kelleher that time as Heritage came out in the 4-wide set. Mustangs have scored touchdowns on their first 2 possessions of the third quarter. That last drive going 54 yards in 3 plays, the last 33 of which on the legs of Rondell Carradine. 2nd and 9 at the 39. Snap back, little quick bubble screen, caught by Pruitt. He's going to drag a tackler up past the 40, but then get corralled at the 43-yard line. Only a gain of 4 yards, but it does set up a manageable 3rd and 5 here for the Panthers. That time, they haven't been able to get the ball to Pruitt much tonight. Part of that is because Ulrich is back on the field as a receiver tonight. But Pruitt that time with his second grab, I believe, of the night, sets up 3rd and 5 at the 43. 4 wides, 2 to each side this time for Heritage. Snap back to Weston Smith. He's dropping back. Now he's getting flushed to his right. He's going to take off. He's going to get the first down. What a strong run by Weston Smith. He was going to get contacted. He just lowered his shoulder and drove his way through Grapevine tacklers to move the chains.
And I thought for a second there Latham had a chance to knock his head off, and Wilson just enough of a shimmy to avoid that one and keep it going.
Big run by Smith right there. Gets 8 yards to move it to the Grapevine 39, 1st and 10. Snap is back. Smith looking to throw. Looking down the field. He's going to get flushed, and this time he's going to get dropped. Dalton Knapp again getting in there, and this time he gets to make the wrap up and get the sack. It's his 2nd sack of the night, and now they're getting guys off. People getting frisky, but that was just guys trying to get off of each other is all it was. Dalton Knapp with his 2nd sack of the game as he wraps up Weston Smith at the 48-yard line, but we do have a player down for Grapevine. C.J. Holmes is sitting down at about the Grapevine 35 and could be another cramp again as we had Maddox Stanley cramp up a little while ago. It's a beautiful night. We didn't mention that at the start of the game. High today was about 80, so temperatures right now probably in the lower 70s, maybe the upper 60s. One of the prettiest nights we've had this fall, and just beautiful weather for football.
Well, it's so nice that you may forget that you got to stay hydrated. These kids will forget that pretty quickly. It's like, well, it's not as hot as it usually is. I feel fine. It's when you got to stay hydrated. Big emotional day. These kids have been thinking about it, all year, let alone all week, and what they've been doing with it. Focusing on drinking water probably wasn't top of mind today.
Temperature about 73 degrees right now. 2nd and 13. Snap back. Play action. Smith goes downfield looking for his man, and that pass is caught. What a great job of high-pointing the ball by the returning sophomore wide receiver, Braden Blewett. He just went up over the defender, number 13, Darion Burns, and just made a fantastic catch. And here comes tempo from Heritage at the Grapevine 22. Snap back, handoff, and hit in the backfield and dropped is the running back Kelleher, as that time Vili Motamanu is the one who penetrated and got the big hit on the running back.
Well, Heritage hits a big play and try to get to that, set the pace as you would often do, because it's really a matter of a fatigued defensive line. Really good job by Grapevine to settle back and make a play. 2nd and 11, swing pass to Kelleher, and he drops it. It was a little bit high, but he just had that one go off of his hands. He kind of leapt, maybe he jumped in the air, maybe unnecessarily, and ends up dropping the pass. Now it's 3rd and 11 after that big catch by Blewett. Heritage at the Grapevine 23-yard line, 3rd and 11, 4-wide set, snap back. Smith, here comes the blitz, and he is going to get dropped. Coming off the corner blitz, perfectly timed by number 12, Ezekiel Brown, and just ran Weston Smith down. Great coverage on the near side of the field, which is where Weston Smith was looking. Well, great coaching as well. Brown was the corner into the boundary, so they're on the right hash. Weston Smith going to scan left to center of the midfield to his left. He never looks right. Corner blitz coming off the edge. A perfect time out of Ezekiel Brown. Huge play.
And they're going to go for it on 4th and long. Weston Smith steps up trying to get away from the pressure. And here comes a flag for a hold, and that pass is going to be caught, but it's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be a holding penalty back behind the line of scrimmage, but I would think Grapevine would decline this as the pass was caught by Ulrich at the Grapevine 15, which is 3 yards short of the first down. So even though it's deeper territory, take the ball and go, I would think. Tristan Sneed was the defender being held that time as he was trying to get to Weston Smith, and Grapevine will decline that and take over a 4th down stop. I tell you what, after that big momentum catch by Ulrich, the Grapevine defense really stepped up and forced a turnover on downs.
Yeah, and you know, if they can fight these next 15 minutes of game, that would be the pivotal stand defensively where they had to respond, and even after giving up the big play, bowed their neck and got the ball back. Now turn it back over to your offense who's clearly in rhythm. They've got a hot streak going. It's time to chew it over and keep those big boys up front fed.
1st and 10 for Grapevine at their own 16 after the turnover on down. Snap back to Baum. Handoff up the middle to Parker Polk. Not much room this time. He gets about 2 yards out to the 18 before he's brought down. As coming in to make the tackle that time was number 3, Kevon Connor, the senior defensive lineman. 2nd and 8 at the 18. We showed you a crowd shot of the visitor side of the field. The Grapevine stands on the visitor side are absolutely full. The home side pretty freaking full as well, I gotta say. This is a near packed house tonight for this Red Rail game. 2nd and 8 for the Mustangs. They're going to go with a full house backfield. Snap back, speed option. It's going to be pitched out up to the 30, 35 into the open field is Holmes, and he's out to the 45-yard line. Evan Baum again. He even got across the line of scrimmage before he pitched that, and then when the defender came to him, got it to his speedster, and C.J. Holmes is down again. He was cramping on defense in the last possession, stretched it out, came back in, and it looks like whatever cramped up again, but a great run by Holmes out for 17 yards to the 45. We'll take a break. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. True market value for your vehicle. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium, they're still treating C.J. Holmes on the near sideline in front of the Heritage bench after his 27-yard run to move the ball out to the Grapevine 45-yard line. Holmes on the last defensive possession, and he's in some pain right now. He's trying to stretch something out. He may have pulled something. He cramped up on defense on the last possession and came out, but was able to stretch out. I believe it was a calf muscle that he was stretching, and now, after that long run, as he was being tackled, something is definitely hurting him, and they're treating him on the sideline. And so the Mustangs will just have to hope for the best for their speedy teammate, who is valuable on both sides of the ball. Gets a lot of snaps on both sides.
Well, he plays a position that even if he's not making offensive or defensive stats, he's running with the receivers all night. And there's been times where in the pre-snap that Weston Smith has scanned it, he's essentially avoided C.J. Holmes' entire side of the field. I think it's more out of respect for C.J. as a corner. He'll hit a big play as a runner there, but all night he's been super effective and just chasing down and keeping these receivers.
And C.J. now getting a little energy and breaking away from the trainers and running himself over to the sideline and into the tent to get looked at. I don't think he wanted to be helped off the field. That's young man adrenaline right there is what that is.
Well, I hope he didn't get another cramp while getting off the field. That's what I was waiting for.
So CJ went to the injury tent. They're going to look at him. Definitely something on the leg bothering him, but he had a big 27-yard run, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 45. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 3 wide receivers set. Snap back, handoff to Polk, and he's going to get dropped behind the line for a loss this time. Big number 99, the sophomore nose tackle, Evan Nayata. First time we've called his name tonight. He penetrated, got into the backfield, and hit Parker Polk for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 now. As the Mustangs, not many negative plays, at least, without just like a bad pitch or something tonight for Grapevine. Now they're going to come out and spread it out here on 2nd down. They're going to go 4 wides, 2 to each side on 2nd and 11. Snap is back. Baum looking to throw. Protection holds up, rolls to his right, flings it out. Pass is caught near midfield. Nice solid gain that time. Number 18, Hank Miller, with his first catch of the night. Gets a gain of 6 out to the 50, setting up a 3rd and manageable.
Well, chipped away at your distance needed, and now if you can just essentially replicate that same mentality, a sticks route, some sort of crossing over the middle. I say all that, but the option has been so effective. Baum has been so effective at running it, and that offensive line's been able to move people. That 5 yards isn't that inconceivable on the ground.
3rd and 5 at midfield. Wagner going in motion. Baum dropping back over the middle. Pass is caught inside the 40. Accelerating is Carradine inside the 25, and finally brought down. Rondell Carradine having an absolutely massive game here for the Mustangs. A 29-yard catch and run to the Heritage 21-yard line to move the chains.
Just a crosser, and Carradine's so fast as a slot receiver that those kids can get in the middle of the field, get behind linebackers, get in front of them. And then Baum just patiently waits, lets him clear that one little window to where he knows it's a short, easy throw and catch, and then let the playmakers run after.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs now at the Heritage 21. 1:25 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Snap is back to Baum. Handoff to Reed Watkins up the middle this time, just pulling tacklers with him inside the 20 down to the 18. A gain of 3 before he is finally brought down. Number 42, the freshman defensive lineman Cooper Cyphers, that time in on the stop after the gain of 3 by Watkins. Changing of personnel here for the Mustangs as Carradine checks back in.
Especially with the cramping and the dehydration and the 2 touchdown lead and clock being precious, that there's no hurry. If Grapevine can still play hard in between it with great energy, there's no need to hurry.
Snap is back. Handoff to Parker Polk, trying to find room. Gets the corner outside to the 15, turns it upfield. Going to get the first down inside the 10. That right there, that is just individual effort by Parker Polk. The blocking was solid, but he was able to bounce outside, make guys miss, and shove off arm tackles and get all the way to the 10-yard line for a first down.
Well, and I really love the finish of the run, because at a chance where he could have just kind of got himself out of bounds and given a shoulder, he actually planted his left foot on the out of bounds line and delivered one final shot to the DB. I think that speaks a lot more to the energy. It's not about your X's and O's. Grapevine has just played that way all night.
Gain of 8, 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Snap is back to Baum. Handoff up the middle to Polk. This time he's wrapped up right around the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard that time, as coming in to make the tackle was that senior defensive end, stud football player Garrett Finley, only allowing Polk to get a yard. 17 seconds and counting. This may be the last play of the 3rd quarter. I think the Mustangs are content to take this to the 4th quarter with a 2-touchdown lead, as they are walking towards the other end of the field. We will go to the 4th quarter here in the 2022 battle for the Red Rail. The Grapevine Mustangs lead the Heritage Panthers 34-20. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you, when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com to find out how you can get your free quote. Greenleaf Roofing, the #1 choice for all your roofing needs.
We head to the fourth quarter. That 2-touchdown third quarter by the Mustangs was brought to you by our friends at Classic Chevrolet. Classic Chevrolet, relax, enjoy the difference. Jacob Dedamore here tonight along with my broadcast partner, John Hampton, and we are about ready to get things started here in the fourth quarter. The Mustangs, 2 touchdowns to expand their lead to 34-20. They have the ball 2nd and goal at the Heritage 9-yard line. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right. 2 tight ends in the game as well. Snap is back. Hand off to Polk up the middle. Only getting a couple of yards before he gets absolutely stuck. As contact was made, Jack Sluter, the safety, hit Parker Polk right in the chest and stopped him right now after a 2-yard gain.
Well, you would imagine for the run that Grapevine is having, that Heritage coaching staff rallied their troops and they had, whatever their best motivational speech and rally could be. At the end of that third quarter, they had it. And we'll see if those Panthers respond. Otherwise, this is about to be a 3-score game.
3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. Again with the power set. Baum in the pistol. Offset. Snap back. Play action. Baum looking to throw. Rolling. Firing it towards the back corner of the end zone. It's caught. Is it a touchdown? No signal. They're going to say out of bounds. They're going to say out of bounds. The pass was caught by Brady Wagner in the back of the end zone, but the official said that he was not able to contain it inbounds. And that'll bring on the field goal team. Wow, what an effort by Brady Wagner to try to bring that in for 6.
God, these kids today can throw it and go get it. I mean, these receivers, these pass catchers' skill set's really impressive. And if he just juggled it, if he landed out of bounds, but the ability to wiggle through and go catch that ball at its highest point, that's a really great effort out of Wagner.
And I think it was a juggle that caused it. I think as he hit the ground, he wasn't able to hang on to control, and that caused the incompletion. 24-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up by Hayden Rhodes, and it is good. Hayden Rhodes connects from 24 yards out and makes that a 3-score lead for the Grapevine Mustangs with 11:24 to go in the ball game. They now lead 37-20. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Quick Bite. We're always happy to see you.
The kickoff is away, and Lance Ulrich is into the open field. Up to midfield, into Grapevine territory, down to the 45, 44-yard line. And now we know why Coach Alexander kept going with the pooch kicks. That time they kick it deep with Hayden Rhodes. It's a returnable kick, high but returnable. He caught it inside the 10 and returned it all the way into Grapevine territory at the 44-yard line. Lance Ulrich making a big play there on special teams for the Heritage Panthers as they're down 17 points now and gets them a bit of a momentum shift. 1st and 10 at the Grapevine 44. 4 wide set, snap back, hand off to Bennett, the freshman, and he gets dragged down right at the line of scrimmage. Dalton Knapp again continuing to make plays from that defensive end position.
Ooh, he's just going to keep getting bigger. He's just a sophomore, and as he keeps adding weight, if he'll keep that speed and explosion, he's going to be a force.
Snap back, bubble screen, and it's dropped. The pass went right through the hands of number 87, Braden Blewett, as they were trying to get him loose in the open field. Check that. That was number 81. My apologies, not 87. That was Daniel Gonzalez that they were trying to get the ball to. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 10. They go tempo. They look and pump and then throw it deep, and the coverage is there, and it's intercepted. Nelson was all over that play. They faked the bubble screen to the far side of the field and tried to go deep to Kai Pruitt, and Drew Nelson was not fooled and was all over the play and gets the second interception of the night.
Yeah, Drew Nelson's got a little bit of everything. If you like the old school football player as an outside linebacker, safety, hybrid type, they don't just go out and get in man press coverage as a corner, run step to step with the receiver, turn around like a corner and make the play with really high level ball skills. That's high level play out of Drew Nelson. That's a game-changing type player, and he's been everywhere tonight.
And now we're going to get an encroachment penalty from Heritage as they jumped into the neutral zone and made contact. That was number 34, Drayden Dressel, the senior defensive lineman, who jumped the snap. Our player to watch on defense tonight was number 27, Drew Nelson, who we thought would be playing a hybrid linebacker safety role tonight based on personnel. Almost had an interception earlier and was able to hold that one with that cast on his hand on great coverage. 1st and 5 at the 20 now. Hand off to Parker Polk up the middle, trying to find room and not finding much. Going to get about 2 yards before getting driven back as number 21, Seone Tabo, the senior linebacker, met him in the hole and drove him backwards. Somebody's helmet popped off. It was Polk's helmet who popped off, so he'll have to come off the field for a play. They end up giving him credit for a 3-yard gain, so it's now 2nd and 2 at the 23. Second turnover of the night for the Panthers. Both of them have been interceptions. Maddox Stanley had one in the first half. That time, Drew Nelson not fooled and just blanketed his man and made the pick. 2nd and 2, handoff. Coming around over right guard, left guard this time, and it's going to be a first down out past the 25 to about the 26 as Reed Watkins took the handoff that time. Strong running from the junior, number 34, and they move the chains. Mustangs now are all going to be about time consumption on these offensive possessions.
And sometimes kids aren't going to be the most patient, and so if these coaches just leave it up to these players, they're going to take snaps with 12, 13 seconds on the play clock. So they've got to be pretty deliberate in the play delivery, and really no point in hurrying it up. You start to manage these clocks. There's no need to snap it with less than 7 or 8 seconds.
Snap back on first down, handoff up the middle. Watkins again, the senior, this time getting across the 30, out to the 33. Solid gain on first down of 7 yards. Snap that one maybe a little quick for my taste at about 10 seconds left on the play clock, but we'll see if they can get the signal out to Evan Baum to hold it a little longer.
What was last year's score again?
48-7.
So if you're on Grapevine side, you may say, no, we're not done. We're going to get as many. We got some more scores left that we feel.
Hey, and in Texas high school football, points are tiebreakers.
And
we know that.
Your crosstown rival, you only get to play them once a year, and you only get a chance to put it on them. When you get a chance, you better do it.
2nd and 3 out at the 33-yard line for Grapevine. Snap is back out of the full house backfield. Up the middle, out to the 40. Strong run. Rondale Carradine that time taking the handoff. No, check that. That was DeMontrez Dunn, 24, not 21, with his first carry of the night, showing some power that time as he got that ball 9 yards all the way out to the 42 and moved the chains again.
Yeah, it's the point in the game where you get your running backs up and ask who hadn't had a carry tonight. Let them raise their hands and say, all right, well,
get fresh legs out there.
Let's go. This is the time. And for all the big plays in a football game that'll make you really proud, it's these parts of it where the old meathead in me is lining up, and Heritage knows that you're going to run it, and Grapevine is just going to get in run formations and just grind it on them. That's the real beauty.
Handoff on first down and room up the middle this time. Reed Watkins getting the handoff again, finding room over left guard and getting all the way out to the 48. Play clock, or the clock stopped momentarily as number 7, Jack Sluter, lost his helmet making the tackle, so they stop it for a second to let him get off the field for a play. Another 6 yards on the ground from Reed Watkins, makes it 2nd and 4 at the 48. 8:25 to go here in the ball game. The Mustangs up on Heritage, 37-20. They'll come out with the offset pistol formation. Parker Polk back in the game with DeMontrez Dunn offset to the right of Evan Baum. Snap is back. Hand off to Polk. coming out over the left side, and he's got room up the sideline, 45, 40, and knocked out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Bounced it out to the corner, had room, got all the way into Heritage territory, down to the 33-yard line, a gain of 19 yards on a first down.
Well, there's a reason the service academies are pretty clinical at running this option. It takes so much discipline and really a lack of ego. There's one ball carrier, and there's going to be 10 guys who have to just unselfishly throw blocks. And it's really been impressive watching Grapevine tonight, watching the receivers and the off-back that who doesn't get the carry. They turn into instant and great blockers, not just throwing, they're making great efforts and springing bigger plays.
Watkins gets the ball again on first down and gets tripped up as he gets over the line of scrimmage. Still a gain of 3. Check that, gain of 2. They'll mark him down at the 31 as Sluter, number 7, the safety, went low on Watkins and knocked him off his feet.
But there's just a general lack of selfishness out of that Grapevine stable of backs now, and especially as the game's under control, it's going to be running kids in.
And you're right about the wide receivers, too. This wide receiver corps has done a great job blocking all season.
Yeah, there's certain programs where if you don't block it, you won't play as a receiver. It used to be the diva position, but if you don't block in today's football game, you don't play as a wide receiver because there's so many big plays to be had.
Snap back, handoff to Polk on second down. He picks his way through, and he's going to get a first down, or at least very close to it. He gets brought down that time by the senior linebacker, number 18, Mohammed El Hassan, and looks like he's going to be just short. He's going to be a yard short of the first down, so another gain of 7 yards for Polk. Sets up 3rd and 1 at the Heritage 24 with 7 minutes to go here in the ball game. This is key if for no other reason than you want to keep the clock running and you don't want to have a decision of a long field goal attempt here. I have a feeling this may be 4-down territory.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
Offset pistol formation behind Evan Baum with Watkins and Polk in the backfield. Snap is back. They give it to Watkins, and he's going to have that first down, and he breaks free inside the 10, the 5, and he walks it into the corral. Reed Watkins showing power. The senior breaks through 2 or 3 tackles and takes it to the house from 24 yards out and may have put this game away.
Yeah, just so much strength, and they can feel it up front. That offensive line was tasked with the challenge to finish this game, put it away, to start that drive, and really a thing of beauty. You get down there close and you're smelling that end zone, and Reed Watkins just too hungry, too strong, and they're just having too good of a night for him to be tonight.
24 yards on the run from Watkins, his second touchdown of the season. Snap is back. The kick from Rhodes is up, and it is good. 6:35 to go in the ball game, and the Mustangs are now all over the Panthers. They lead 44-20. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Good night. We're always happy to see you.
This time they go with the pooch kick, and the fair catch that time is made by Pruitt. After that long return from Ulrich, they went back to the pooch kick, even if it is Kai Pruitt, and he fair caught the ball at the 25-yard line, and that's where Heritage will start this next possession. Not fooling around anymore with that.
No, and if you've ever seen, that was instant proof. It's like, no, it really did not mean. I didn't mean to actually do that.
It doesn't take. Running? If you just make a half wave, they're going to call the fair catch.
It does not take much. They will blow that one. That's always been kind of concerning because you see the most minimal of effort. That's but to be fair, if you're running down, if you see any motion, that seems dead.
Yep. 1st and 10 at the 25 for the Panthers. Receiver goes in motion. They're going to swing it out to Ulrich, who is the motion man. Bubble screen caught at the 25 up to the 30, 32, 33-yard line. On the tackle that time was number 13 is Darion Burns, and number 6, Major Hecht, as they get 8 yards from Ulrich out to the 33. That touchdown drive for the Mustangs went 85 yards, the last 24 of which was Reed Watkins with his 3rd touchdown of the season. Pass caught on the near sideline by Gonzalez. He's slung out of bounds by Darion Burns, and Darion Burns is not getting up. He's sitting down on the sideline. We're going to have a pause and play, as he may have twisted something when he was making that spinning tackle at the 45-yard line. So Darion Burns down on the sideline. The trainers from Grapevine coming over to treat him. We'll go ahead and take a break with him. 6:08 to go. Mustangs lead 44-20. This is Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio. And now we're actually going to keep it here. My apologies. Thought we were going to take a break. We're going to keep it here as Burns is back up. Again, we've seen cramps tonight. That may have been the situation. May have just been a cramp.
Yeah. Because he landed weird on the tackle, but I don't think he was actually injured. And he immediately went to grabbing him.
11 yards on the catch and run that time by Gonzalez. Out to the 44. Sets up a 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Trips left, single receiver right. Snap back to Smith. Blitz coming. He gets the pass off. It's caught by Ulrich across midfield and into Mustang territory. That time, he got pressured immediately.
Dalton Knapp.
As Dalton Knapp came up the middle. I guess that was just a little twist again. He just came right up the middle, but he was able to get the pass off, and it was caught by Ulrich for a 9-yard gain to the Grapevine 47. 2nd and 1, handoff to Kelleher, and he's got room breaking tackles inside the 40 down to the 35. Strong run by Kelleher, and he was finally brought down by Latham Way, who was actually the blitzer on the previous play. Kelleher's best effort of the night, breaking 2 tackles and getting 11 yards down to the 11 yards down to the Grapevine 35, 1st and 10. Snap back, play action, little swing pass out to the far side, caught at the 30, 25, 20, and tripped up. That time, number 5, Hayden Golden, making the catch and able to break a couple of arm tackles, but finally goes down at the 23, and we have a Mustang player down on the field. And I think that's Major Hecht, who is down. Major Hecht missed the game last week with an injury and was back tonight. Has made a couple of nice plays. That time got just enough of a piece of Golden to trip him up down at the 23. It was still a big gain on the play of 11 yards to move the chains, but Major now slowly starting to get up. And, these may just be cramps. You're right. I mean, this cool weather, you just wonder if the guy's hydrated enough today. Had a number of cramps by the Mustangs tonight.
Now it's make sure the Grapevine training staff is hydrated, because they're having to run out quite a bit that they may get a cramp to train the cramp.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Snap back, Smith looking to throw. He's getting pressured, and he's going to get sacked. Tyler Mears comes in from the linebacker spot and wraps up Weston Smith back at the 30-yard line for a loss of 8 yards. Mears not getting a lot of snaps tonight because of the formations and the personnel, but he took advantage of some playing time on that one. 2nd and 18 now back at the 30-yard line. Snap is back. Play action. Smith going to fire one deep. Looking for an end zone pass. It's intercepted, but we do have a flag down. It was intercepted in the end zone by Maddox Stanley, but I think this is going to come back, and this is going to be a penalty on Grapevine. I think we had a grab by one of the Mustang defenders on a Heritage wide receiver. We'll see what the call is, but that area, when a flag comes in, that's usually what you get. They are conversing about it right now. Maddox Stanley picked the pass in the end zone, but it is going to be a hold. It is a defensive holding. This 4th quarter brought to you by our friends at Bottle Cap Alley Ice House Grill. So unfortunately, that would have been the 3rd interception of the night, the 2nd of the night for Maddox Stanley, but the holding penalty wipes it off. And not only that, it gives the Panthers an automatic 1st down at the Grapevine 20. 1st and 10. Smith, little quick pass to Ulrich, bubble screen, makes a man miss inside the 10, in the 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Wow, what a great run by Ulrich after the catch. It looked like Grapevine kind of had him hemmed up where they could corral him, but he just accelerated through an arm tackle and took it to the house.
I feel like they got away from Ulrich in parts of the game, and I feel like that's where Coach Martin and his staff may look at this tomorrow. Like, man, we got away from our leader. He seems to be the heartbeat of the offense, whether he's playing quarterback and getting snaps or as a receiver. But yeah, he's a ball player, and he's got a lot of fight, and he's keeping Heritage. If they've got any chance whatsoever, he's trying to see to it that he can make it.
20 yards on the catch and run on the bubble screen to Ulrich, as Luke Ulrich scores his second touchdown of the ball game. And timeout has been called here. Timeout on the field, as of course, the Heritage Panthers are going to go for 2 here because they're down 24 points coming into this. And I guess an actual full timeout, and we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout with them. It is 4:35 to go. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas.
Back here for the 2-point conversion. Rolling right is Smith on the snap. Looking at the end zone, throws it to the back corner, and it's a little too far. My broadcast partner here called it in the break. He said they're probably going to look for 87 here, and that's exactly what Weston Smith was looking for, and the pass was just a little too far out of the end zone.
Yeah, just a bigger body receiver, and he's got an ability, you would think, to separate and go elevate in a short part of the field, but they just couldn't connect.
That 2-point conversion is key because it keeps this game at 18 points, 44-26 with 4:35 to go. It's still a 3-score game because of the missed conversion. Jacob Dedamore here, along with John Hudson. We're bringing you this game tonight. The battle for the Red Rail. The Mustangs have lost 10 of the last 12 to Heritage, including the blowout in the season opener last year. And they're on the verge of a massive win for this program to put them at least in a tie for first place in the district. We talked about the other game that was key to watch tonight, and that was Odie White, Arlington Heights, who are both 4-0 coming into tonight. We have not seen a score update from that game. Grapevine looking for the onside kick, and here it comes. Get the high hop. It's picked up and covered by Brady Wagner. Great job. Wow. That was some hands right there by the tight end, Brady Wagner, as he snagged that, it hopped up near his chest, and he just turned to his side and snagged it and went down.
Yeah, pretty ideal. Obviously, I'm pretty partial, but tight ends are pretty perfect for the hands team role there. You got to have a snag mentality. You're going to have to catch it, but you know there's going to be some traffic and a lot of bodies bearing down, and it's like a natural third baseman for Wagner to just take that one on the hop. And it was waiting. It looked like a really effective kick. It just never got that big bounce, but it was struck well, and it had some rotation on it that if it just took that one more bounce, that Grapevine could have been in trouble, but a good job by Wagner.
You're especially partial to tight ends with a Mustang on their helmet, having played at SMU,
Big fan.
Right?
Beautiful uniforms. Beautiful. The right team is winning.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 48. Snap back, handoff to Parker Polk, trying to find some room up the middle. Not much there. Gets 2 yards to the 50 before he's brought down by number 15, Stephen Cole, the junior defensive lineman.
Well, to be fair, as a Mustang, I did play against Joey Knapp, who is the father of Dalton Knapp out at UTEP, and he also played. He's a Haltom legend. And if you call yourself a football historian around the 90s or early aughts, you knew that Haltom Buffaloes and UTEP Miners were great. And Joey Knapp was a ball player. Now, my grandma and his grandfather used to play bingo and throw dominoes together from the 70s. So, like, seeing Dalton run around making plays is, I will put my allegiance aside and recognize players when they're out there. He's Dalton Knapp's got a couple good years ahead of him.
He definitely does, and now there's going to be a timeout called as there was some confusion on the play call. They were in what I call that power pistol formation. They had three running backs lined up in a single line behind Baum, but some confusion on the play call caused a timeout. We'll take it with them. 3:48 to go. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. Back after the timeout, 2nd and 8 at midfield. Handoff to Polk. He's got room coming around the left side, inside the 40, the 35, and brought down at the 30. Another 20 yards for Parker Polk as they just opened up a huge hole between left guard and left tackle that time. Did the Grapevine Mustangs offensive line. Alex Hogan, number 52, your left guard, and number 71, Travis Mason, your left tackle. And Parker Polk is, if he's not there yet, he's closing in on 200. He might be over 200 yards now for the evening.
It's been fun as the fill-in guy. I didn't know what to expect. Parker Polk is a baller. That kid doesn't need a whole lot, and they're giving him a lot, but he doesn't need much. And so just imagine how effective he is when they're able to move the line of scrimmage as they are. And he's just able to sit there and dice through and jumps right up.
Set 1st and 10, handoff to Reed Watkins, breaks another tackle, and then gets spun down after a 4-yard gain as Watkins gets through that whole 3 minutes and counting. And my broadcast partner, John Hampton, over here just giving the slow it down signal. No need to hurry at all.
Y'all pay me by the game, so I'm not worried about getting out of it. I have nowhere really to go, but it's simple calculus. How many snaps? You're trying to get the fewest number of snaps at this point to get on out of here and beat your crosstown rivals that you've had such a sour taste in 10 out of the last 12 years.
Play clock down to 5, and now Baum snaps it. Handoff to Polk again inside the 25. Only going to get about a yard this time to the 24 on 2 yards, I should say, on 2nd and 6. That'll make it 3rd and 4, but the more important thing now is the time as we're down to 2:15 and counting with the Mustangs leading by 18 points. Talked about Parker Polk, that big 20-yard run, trying to refresh my stats here. He's right at around 200 yards rushing on the night to go along with 3 touchdowns as this running attack for Grapevine has really controlled things, especially here in the second half. 3rd and 4 now, and they're going to go with 2 backs, 2 tight ends. Brady Wagner moves from the left to the right. Snap back, handoff to Watkins inside the 25, trying to fight for the first down, and he does. Watkins powers through a tackle, gets down just inside the 20, and that moves the chains. And even though Heritage still has 2 timeouts left, that may seal the deal right there.
Yeah, just watching to see if the Heritage staff is gonna call them. It's a classy move not to when you know the outcome, and there's no reason to just extend the game and risk injury. Been a hard-fought game for both sides. I think Grapevine you can tell that this has been under their skin for a year. For these kids, it means the world to them to get out there and avenge. A lot of frustration.
And the Grapevine fans starting to celebrate in the visitor stands. 1:10 to go. Handoff to Watkins inside the 20, fighting forward for yardage. Going to get about 3 yards down to the 16. 1 minute to go. One more snap should do it. As you said, the Heritage coaching staff, after that first down, knew what the result was, and they're just letting the clock run. The Mustangs this year are going to get the victory, and they're going to win the battle for the Red Rail in 2022. They're going to move to 4-1 on the season, 2-0 in district play, and be tied atop the district with either O.D. Wyatt or Arlington Heights after tonight. Lining up in a victory formation now. This will be the final snap. Baum takes a knee at the 20, and that is going to do it. The fans on the visitor side get to celebrate as the Mustangs have come in and knocked off Heritage, number 8 in the state, knocks off number 5, and the Grapevine Mustangs come into tonight, and they will defeat the Heritage Panthers, the crosstown rivals. The final score as the clock ticks to 0, the Grapevine Mustangs 44, the Heritage Panthers 26. Coming up, we will have the Infinity Solar post-game show for you. We'll try to get some final stats on this matchup as the Mustangs have a huge victory tonight in front of a number of media tonight, not just us. WFAA Channel 8 was streaming this game and televising it tonight as well. We've got Dave Campbell's in the house. It's been a big game around the Metroplex, and the Mustangs come through in big fashion. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have the Infinity Solar postgame show for you. This is Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit EnergyAttic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started, so let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. EnergyAttic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
There's
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium, you see the celebration on the Grapevine sideline in front of the visitor stands as the Mustangs get the big win tonight in the battle for the Red Rail. In 2022, they defeat the Heritage Panthers by a final score of 44-26. Jacob Dedamore back here with John Hampton, and what a game we saw from Grapevine, especially in that second half. Grapevine led at the half 21-20, but dominated the action in half number 2. Not only, and they did it on both lines of scrimmage. Their defensive line and the offensive line took over this game.
Yeah, well prepared and very hungry energy out of these kids. But, you know, really the biggest improvement in the first half when they were getting in front of the quarterback's faces for Heritage and Weston Smith. Not so much bouncing off, just not getting him down. And that second half did a really great job compressing the pocket, keeping him in front, and not letting the quarterback run, extend drives, and ultimately go get them points.
Just some unofficial stats from this game as the Mustangs are now in front of the student section right now. As the band is actually right now Heritage is playing their alma mater first, and the Heritage players in front of their band. It's kind of interesting setup. The players for Grapevine are in front of the student section. The band's on the other end of the stands. So hopefully the band can blast the alma mater down to the other end of the stands where everybody can hear it. Some unofficial stats tonight. Parker Polk will finish unofficially. I have him at 197 yards rushing on 25 carries and 3 scores. Reed Watkins was big tonight with 11 carries for 67 yards and a touchdown. Evan Baum didn't have to run the ball at all in the second half. He's where he was at halftime, but 2 players who made huge contributions tonight. C.J. Holmes with a couple of big runs, but Rondale Carradine, as the Grapevine alma mater is playing right now. We'll go ahead and listen to this real quick in the celebration. And let the celebration recommence over on the Grapevine sideline. I was mentioning one player who had a huge night was Rondale Carradine, number 21, the slot receiver. unofficially again, 5 catches, 105 yards. Also had 2 carries for 50 yards and a touchdown tonight. Rondell Carradine both running the ball, and he was especially key in the second half as he got the Grapevine play-action passing game going with some big catches and runs and really kept that defense for Heritage off balance.
Yeah, so between Reed Watkins and Parker Polk getting all the tough yards, but then Carradine hitting those big plays, and it seemed like when the team really needed them. And there's an innate ability for certain players to just go make a play when they're there to be made, but not everybody can go make it. And Carradine, there were some really key parts of the night where had he not made it, then the outcome would have been a little bit different. So hats off to the coaches for putting these kids in a pretty good position to succeed.
So as we come back here up in the booth, Jacob Dedamore here along with John Hampton, and man, we have seen a heck of a ball game tonight. This Grapevine Mustang club came into tonight, and it was a back-and-forth game in the first half. Both offenses having a lot of success moving the ball, but Grapevine came out in the second half, and the offensive line for Grapevine started leaning on the defense and wearing them out, but that defensive line, battling against a young offensive line for Heritage, really started to take control and disrupt things for Heritage.
Yeah, all things being equal, that was where Grapevine had to make make the difference in the game. That was where they had a superior advantage. And as we had said in the first half, when they were getting into the backfield, disrupting the quarterback, they weren't getting him down to the ground. In that second half, once they got there, they didn't let him go. And great, from sophomores up to the seniors, that entire front seven for Grapevine that second half was the difference.
And, now the Mustangs come in, the one thing, this is going to be a great win that they can celebrate and really have a lot of fun with. But the one thing, and this is one of the things that Coach Alexander mentioned to me during the week about this game being in the middle of the season, only the second game of district play, you can't let this game, you can't celebrate yourself too much. And even if they had lost tonight, you can't let this game hang over because there's a lot of work to do in district play down as we get towards the second half of the season.
On one hand, it's 1 of 10. It's on the checklist of we got to go win this week. But on the other hand, it's 10 out of 12 to your crosstown rival that you haven't beaten, right? And so it does mean more. You're lying if you said it didn't. So congratulations to the Mustangs. I know the coaches are going to feel great. The players all deserved it. Parents and families to the players and support staff. Great win for everybody because it means a lot. The season's not done. We'll show back up Monday. Let's go get better again. Coaches will be back this weekend getting better for next week, but the players can enjoy the weekend.
100%. And the work will continue. The Mustangs will hit the road next week in district play. But for tonight, they improved to 4-1. They will go into next week they'll go into next week tied atop the district standings with either Arlington Heights or O.D. Wyatt, depending on the outcome of that game over in Fort Worth tonight. And the Mustangs will be a first-place team heading into next week and also still ranked possibly top 5 in the state in 5A Division II after this huge win tonight. So that will finish things up for us tonight here from Mustang Panthers Stadium. For my broadcast partner, John Hampton, my name is Jacob Dedamore. Thank you to Trey Bell, our producer here on this broadcast, as he is in control of everything audio and video and really getting everything together for these broadcasts. They've been fantastic tonight and have been fantastic all season. Thank you also, as I turn away from the camera, and I apologize for doing this, but I need to get our sponsors out. Can't forget those. Thank you to our sponsors, 121 Community Church, Chip Mercer Dentistry, Classic Chevrolet, Bottle Cap Alley, Ice House and Grill, Prosperity Bank, ER of Texas, Infinity Solar USA, Energy Attic, Greenleaf Roofing, Whirly Ball, livingforzachary.org, LoneStarGridiron.com, and the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. Our final score, once again tonight from Mustang Panther Stadium in the 2022 Battle for the Red Rail, the Grapevine Mustangs prevail over the Heritage Panthers by a final score of 44-26. For my broadcast partner, John Hampton, my name is Jacob Dedamore. Everyone have a great night and go Mustangs.
Pony up.